Bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans ce stream. First iteration of the Physique stream, my boys. This is going to be a good one. I'm very excited for this. Very, very excited. How are you guys doing? Perfect. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. Beautiful weather. My neighbor just got done blowing his leaves. That's not a euphemism. So it's going to be a nice, quiet stream with good audio. I spent yesterday the entire day preparing for that stream because I had to review every single physique that was sent to me, every single picture, every single video. I got back to you, most likely on coffee, to tell you that you're in the stream. As always, I gave you the choice to decide if you want to appear or not. The overwhelming majority of people wanted to appear, so that's great. I want to make clear that you will not be able to send your physique during the stream. Okay? This is not something that will happen during the stream like that because it takes too much time for me to prepare. And if I don't prepare, it's going to be shitty. So every single time I will give you 48 hours or more in advance to send your physiques, but you cannot do it today. So if you send your physiques today during the stream, it will not be reviewed. Okay? I just want to make that clear. If you just want a written review, then that is fine. You can do it. But if you want to appear in the stream, just wait. It'll happen again. And the next physics stream is going to be like next month. It's going to be a monthly thing because it was already very popular. We'll see if you guys like it live. It's also the point of seeing if it's going to be great entertainment live for you guys and not just a good service to provide to people. Are you a cat or a dog person? I am 100% a cat person, even though I also love dogs, but cats are best aligned with my personality. Salut Binrod, salut de Marseille. Au pêcheur, salut. Salut Anas. Jacob, today we're going to focus on physiques. The self-improvement stream is going to be another day. But you don't have to worry about that, Mr. Predator. Like the pictures that I got, for the most part, were like pictures of people taking with their phone from like a mirror, or sometimes not even a mirror. I got people who sent me pictures of them in a window. So you don't have to, like, almost no one sent me high definition like video footage. No one. It's closed. You can't send it today. Hello Robert. Salut Sid. Salut Lunar. Bonsoir. Bonsoir à tous. How many years of training to stop looking like a DL? For me, it took me 6 years. So I started at 15, and I started looking like I lifted, in my opinion, of course, when I was like 20, 21. But I have average genetics, so that's what you can expect for average genetics. And then if you want to look actually jacked, for me, it took me, more than 10 years. You would send it on coffee. The link is in the description. If you just want a written review, if you want to actually participate in the stream, it's going to be later. You cannot do it today. Having seen your followers' physiques, do you now believe you have the most muscular community of followers on YouTube? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a claim that I can make. But great week for me. I've had. Did you paint that shirt yourself? I wish I had that talent. What is your favorite Dune book? Messiah is my favorite. And least favorite, I would say the fourth, but that's pretty common for people who like Dune. It was, yesterday I spent a lot of time looking at the nipples of other men. It was getting actually very mentally tiring. What do you do for work? This, apparently. At least, like, for the time being, this is what I'm doing. And I'm very happy doing it, to be honest. Do you use échecs? Yes, I do play chess. We're going to start the stream. Oh yeah, by the way, great news for you guys who are here. Today's stream doesn't have a time limit because my wife is on a trip, and so no one is there to require my attention. So at 5 p.m. If we still have physics to review, if you guys are still interested in the stream and you still have questions, we'll just continue. On top of that, I don't train today. It's my rest day. So literally the stream might be 5 hours long. It's going to be long. Yeah. Freedom. How are you doing today? I'm doing great because something crazy lucky happened to me. So on Thursday, I went on a walk with my wife. This is like a daily ritual that we have to spend time together and get exercised. And it's like a 35, 40-minute walk. So nothing serious, but it's uphill. That's pretty good. And as I was walking at some point, my little eye spied something in the distance that caught my attention. And that was gym equipment on in front of a house, like left on a lawn. And I live in a neighborhood where when people do this, it means take my shit. Like it means it's free. Now, naturally, me seeing this, I wasn't going to pass that opportunity because even from a distance, I could tell that it was rogue material. So it wasn't some bullshit. It was some actually good material. So I get closer to it and I see what looks like a squat rack, which, what the fuck, right? Not a squat rack, a squat stand, which is like $300, $400, maybe even more. So I was like, oh, damn. And I also, what else was there? There was like a bunch of things that I couldn't really decipher what it was. And there was also a Husserl stone, the strongman stuff. So I'm looking at this, and my wife, the second she sees that, she looks at me like, please, like we have so much shit already, please. And I'm like, I'm not living without that. Like, if I have to carry it on my back, I'm carrying it on my back. And the dog inside the house started barking because he saw us. And the guy came out, jacked dude, like 6'3" or 6'4", like jacked arms, like pretty big. And I'm like, damn, okay, so he's clearly someone who lifts. And I approach him like, how much do you want for this? And the guy's like, no, this is free. I take my shit, please. I'm trying to get rid of this because I don't have space in my garage. And I was like, what the fuck? Because like, again, this was like good gym equipment. And at the time, I had no idea what I was really looking at in terms of prices, but I knew it wasn't cheap. And the dude follows up by saying, oh yeah, I have a bunch of stuff like in the gym. Do you want me to take it out? And I was like, damn. Like, yeah, of course. So, and this is Americans, by the way. Like, no one is nicer than Americans. Not only was the guy going to give me hundreds of dollars in gym equipment, he wanted to deliver it to my house because he had a big ass truck and I have a tiny car. And I was like, damn, I'm not going to make you deliver free shit to my house. And the guy, but we shoot the shit, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be back in 30 minutes with my car, and I'll take everything that you have. So he's like, cool. I leave, gather my stuff. My wife is like, I'm not helping you with that. You know that. I'm like, yeah, I know that. Get the car, drive all the way back. As I arrive, no gym equipment. All gone. I'm like, motherfucker. Someone got there first. Like, someone got there first and like took the shit before I could get there. And I was like, but at the same time, I was like, well, I would be very rude of the guy because he like gave me his word, quote unquote. And then the guy comes out of the house, and essentially what he had done is that he took the 30 minutes to load the entirety of the equipment in his own truck. And as I arrived, he was like, yeah, I'm following you. I'm going to deliver that to your house because it's never going to fit in your car. And he was correct. It wouldn't have fit in my car because the guy gave me a yoke, a 4 Rogue yoke that's $600, a Yusufer stone by Titan Fitness that's $300. He gave me a circus dumbbell by Titan Fitness that's $300. He gave me a sled, a 4 Rogue sled, unused, like brand new sled that's $300, $400. And he gave me 2 25-pound plates. That's like $40 each. So essentially, he gave me $1,000. It's the equivalent of like walking around and a guy is like, hey, would you like $1,000? And I'm like, yeah. And not just that, the guy goes, oh, it's too heavy. I'll carry the $1,000 to your house. What the fuck? So he delivered that to my house. I took it all and I have it now. And I'm so fucking lucky. So of course, the guy is now a bro, and I invited him to my gym, and we're going to train arms on Sunday. And it's funny how fate works because he's an ex-strongman, as per the equipment, who is now 45 and retired. And he's like, I'm done with strongman. My body is broken down. And now he's transitioning into bodybuilding. and he just met me. So perfect fucking timing. I'm going to introduce him to the way of aesthetics. We're going to crush arm on Sunday, and this is beautiful. It was really cool, honestly. It was a great experience. And so now, yeah, Alan Throw 2.0, like, right? And now I have, like, just outside of my house in my backyard, I have a circus dumbbell. I have 25-pound plates that are perfect for finger curls, and I have a Husserl. And whenever I'm not training on rest days, like today, for example, I'll just go outside in nature, in the forest, and I'll lift just like to get a little bit of a cardio, a little bit of like an exercise, and that's perfect. Too generous, I would say so. Like the guy, like it's beyond fucking generous. He could have sold that. He could have sold that easily because it's all in like perfect condition. But yeah, and I promised the guy that I wasn't going to sell it and that I wasn't going to like double like le doublé. I'm not going to make a profit on his ass. I'm going to keep that shit for a decade. Yeah. It doesn't get any better than that. And now we have a beautiful day where we are going to get a physique review stream. So it just continues getting better. I did not give him the link of the channel. Every single gym bro that I meet in gyms or like in situations like this, I don't tell them I make videos because it changes the nature of the relationship, and I don't want that. I just want them to see me like a gym bro. And to be honest, that's also the way I want you guys to see me. Just a gym bro that is attempting to help and like to teach you stuff, and that's it. I'm no messiah. I'm not better than you. I just have time on you for the most part. And we'll see today that this is not even true for a lot of you guys, because I've had people send me, I think of one guy in particular, send me physiques that are better than mine. But yeah, my kids will be using this equipment. I guarantee you that. It's not going anywhere. So that was tremendous. And H, do you think there's a selection bias where only people with decent physiques will send photos? No, because I've gotten, the majority of the pictures that I've gotten are people who are novices or getting started, or who don't look like as aesthetic as I would judge someone to be aesthetic, if that makes sense. But my standards are fucked up. No, I think today's video is going to give you a good perspective on what the average physique really looks like. C'est Luca Guif Flaminia? Oui, c'est Lucas sur la gauche. J'avais besoin d'un physique sec pour comparer avec mon physique gras. Donc j'ai pris Luca. You cannot send pictures today. How many were nude? I got a few interesting pictures that I don't know if I can send on stream. Oh, and just like to give you a context of what you're going to witness right now, if you sent your physique, I'm not going to be nice. Like, I will give you compliments when compliments are due, but this is a critique. So if you don't look good, you don't look good. I'm not going to sugarcoat this bullshit. And a lot of people hide their legs. Bonsoir, Icepack de la Meuse. Bonjour à tous mes amis de la Meuse. Donc, avant qu'on commence, before we start, as always, grab a mug, because for the people who just arrived, today's stream doesn't have a time limit. So it might go 5 hours. LovelyCuppaTea, you say you cannot wait for the roast, but you sent your pictures. So you might be the one roasted. On a des gens de Bretagne ici. Moi, je suis un Parisien. Hein. La pire région. How would you rate Jean-Claude Van Damme physique? He was extremely lean. He didn't have much size and pretty small legs, but that was the perfect action hero physique. La Vendée, les Vendéens. Les Vendéens, on les connaît. Très belle région. How do you like Jacques Brel? National treasure. How many spider physiques did you receive? Not as many as I expected, but still majority of spider physiques. I have one guy who has the opposite. I remember one guy who sent me a lobster physique. That's interesting. Again, and this is something that I'm going to repeat throughout the stream, the physiques were sent to me previously so that I could prepare and vet. Because if I just show you the physiques on coffee, it's garbage because we cannot zoom in. So whenever one of these streams is going to come through, I'm always going to warn you 48 hours before. Sweet Chat Toscawa, what do you think of my physique based on my profile picture? You're a strawberry, so you're delicious. What marks as intermediate? Well, we'll discuss this today. So The overall vibe is going to be, I'm going to look at strong points and weak points. I'm going to look at body fat percentage to say if the person needs to cut, recomp, bulk, whatever. I'm going to look at potential gifts because sometimes you have a body part that's not developed, but I can tell that it has great potential. So I will always point it out. And for the people who have sent me what I asked, I will discuss your program and I will discuss your physique goals. So if you sent me pictures and said, I want to look like this and this is how I train, I will go through and tell you what you need to add to the program. The majority of people did not do that. The majority of people, some people like paid the donation, then sent me one picture. What am I supposed to do with that? Send me as many pictures as you can. Like, don't, some people are like, sorry for sending too much. You're paying for a service. Send me stuff so I can walk and like give you your money's worth. Don't be afraid of doing that. For the future physique reviews, don't be afraid of that. Take videos if possible. I think I had like 3 people send me videos and that's it. It's all through Coffee. Everything is through Coffee. It's the first link in the description. Okay. I'm also going to take questions on Coffee. So if you want to send a question via Super Chat, you can do so by clicking the link in the description. And I'm also going to put the link here. Voilà. Perfect. But, ah, la caméra qui pète un câble, comme d'habitude. Parce que j'ai mis ma grosse tête trop près. Voilà. Mais don't send physiques today. They will not be reviewed today. Only send them if you are okay with a written review only. If you want to be on stream, you have to wait. Spicy eye drops, plugging on laptop, we're good for now. All right. So this is the interesting part because I did not try to see how it would work when I share my screen. I know how it looks like when I share directly the Coffee page, but I don't know how it looks like when I share media with you guys. So let's see. Can't sub on Coffee for some reason. If you are from Russia, that's why. So if I click on this, and then I can click on this, I guess. Physiques, and then if I click on this, what happens? The laptop is on the struggle bus big time. And then I can just do this. Okay. So the way this is gonna work is as follows. If you send me your physique, I told you on Coffee you're in, and I have all of your pictures and videos in a file, meaning that we're going to do this by alphabetical order. If you have an A, you start first. If you have a T, you're going to be last. But every single person that I told was in will be reviewed today. That way it's going to give me a rough estimate of how much time this shit is actually going to take, because I literally have no idea. We're going to start by reading the messages that people sent me on Coffee, and then I'll do the review. All right. So, share screen. Oh, shit. Ah, never mind. I can actually do that. What is this? Oh, so that's... The site will be able to see... So that's Chrome tab. That's window. And that's entire screen. A Chrome tab will not work. So I suppose I have to do that. And if I do that, and I click on this, okay, well, I suppose that should work. Well, that's already done, no? Let's see. Oh, c'est très moche, là, non? Mais c'est un bug, ça, non? Why is there like a gazillion things? What is this? I think that right? And if I do this... Okay, so that worked, but this does this. Okay, so I suppose that this is like... C'est juste le retour. Ouais, mais le retour, il y en a 1 milliard, les copains, là. C'est terrible, parce que if I'm doing this, at this instant, you see the Coffee page. Right, I suppose, because the issue is that I cannot see both at the same time. And then I change. Okay, you do. And okay, so you do. Okay, we'll figure it out together. It's okay. So if it's on the coffee, is it lagging? That's the question that I have. Right. I know you're going to be able to answer in the future. So when it's on the coffee page, does it lag? No. Okay. The face cam is lagging. Okay. Some people say, okay, we're going to see this shit for a second because it's making me loopy. All right. Someone says change to live chat. Okay, never mind. So that I can have like return in exactly at the same time. And the cursor is lagging. Well, why the fuck is it doing that though? Who designed this shit? I don't understand. Like, yeah, because like even if I'm showing you something else, the camera is lagging. It's not my laptop. It's you. It's YouTube. Why is YouTube deciding to do this weird thing? And now it's back to normal. I don't think it's my equipment. I think it's the fact that the function decides to do this like weird like infinite bullshit. What the fuck? Je comprends pas là. It's the loop. Yeah, but why is there a loop? Why? Just close the window. If I close the window, the stream ends. It's because I'm showing the stream on stream. Tu partages ce que tu partages. Mais quelle horreur! Use a different window for the coffee. Oh, you think that works? Prepare a second browser for coffee. You think that works? I'm a boomer with technology. Okay, someone says yes. Try split screen. A new window. Okay, maybe that doesn't work. I mean, technically, okay. Qu'est-ce que ça me casse les couilles, je vous jure. Hein. Ok, new window. Si ça coupe le stream, je meurs de rire. Oh là là. Donc ça, c'est new window. Ok. I have a new window. Maybe that's that. Who knows? Okay. Okay. Back in the coffee. Because see, this is the thing. I can very easily show you the coffee page itself. We've already done that. All right, let's try this. Ok, quelqu'un m'a dit que Astrophe, il savait de quoi il parlait. Alors attends. Mets le coffee à droite et partage à droite. Si tu as 2 écrans, mets le coffee à droite. Ah oui, mais ça va pas changer le problème parce que le truc, c'est que je vais continuer à partager ce truc de con et donc ça va remettre en zoom, quoi. Le mouvement est un peu tendancieux quand même. Okay, we'll try again. This is trials and errors. Mostly errors. Si tu laisses ton player YouTube à gauche, c'est bon. Je ne comprends rien de ce que tu me racontes. Je suis désolé. Alors, share screen, je ne comprends rien en fait. Tu me parles chinois. Parce que ça, share screen, on s'en bat les couilles en fait. Ah, ok. Donc attends, parce que share. Donc là, normalement, si je vais sur le stream, mais ça rame quand même. It's still fucking lagging. Blackness? You see black? It's okay. You can see my computer is too slow. It's not my fucking computer. Okay, well, you can see the coffee page. Oh là là, mais ça devrait pas être si compliqué que ça. Hein. You can see, but it's super laggy. Well, the camera is laggy, but is this really that big of an issue? C'est la tête qui lag sur le carré. Okay, it's not. All right, we've established that this is not a problem. So if I, okay, first off, stop sharing. Okay, we have established that the lag is not an issue. Okay? Turn off the camera when you're on the coffee page. I mean, the sound is not lagging, right? Get on with it. The stream is going to last 5 hours. Do you want 5 hours of bullshit, or do you want to spend 20 seconds to figure it out? No, I think as long as the audio is fine, then we're all fine. Because you're not going to be looking at my head anyways. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, well, it's going to work out. I'm going to share my screen. And the issue is that I can't check the stream and whatever I'm showing you guys at the same time. Because if I do that, you're going to get the loop of hell, the infinite loop of hell. You should have printed all of the pictures. Yes, of course. And I can show. Actually, it's not that dumb. Nah, it's fucking dumb. It's fucking stupid. All right, so this is what's going to happen. You will see my screen. We will start with the coffee page. I will read. Actually, we'll start with reading, and we'll do back and forth. So I can only share the video because I don't have to reshare the coffee. It's not that important. So I can actually open the coffee page directly here. Oh putain, je suis pas payé assez pour ces conneries. Hein. Okay, we're going to start. If it's fucked up, it's fucked up. We'll do one entry, and we will reassess afterwards. All right. Entry number 1 is by Agriold. And Agriold sent me his physique, and he said, up, I will find him on coffee. Of course, he's going to be at the bottom, because if not, it's not funny. All right, so Agriold sent me a bunch of pictures of before and after with a cut and a bulk. He's saying that he's not too focused on leg. That is something that a lot of people have told me. He wants to focus on chest, shoulders, and arms, so the bro muscles. And he used to be a powerlifter who switched to hypertrophy a year ago. He doesn't care too much about his back, as it's better than the other muscle groups, which is why he puts his rows last. He cannot find a way to add weight to hanging leg raises. That is because you're supposed to do knee raises, because dumbbells get too heavy and start hurting my ankles. Yes, and your ankles maybe also. Okay, so then he gives me his program, and we'll get back to that after I do the review to highlight his weak points, strong points, etc., etc. He is 22-year-old, 5'10", and 70 kilograms. Okay, now that I know that, we are going to be able to go into the actual physique. Share screen. Window. This. Share. Okay, so now, never mind the endless loop of infinity. Okay, great. We are here. We don't care about that. This is what we are. This is the folder. Up. All right. Let's get started. You will be able to see. You should be able to see. If I can see it, you should be able to see it. All right. This is it. This is what you paid for. You're here for this shit. All right. Agriold biceps. First off, hand washing technique. NHS recommended. I hope you guys wash your hands in this exact fashion. This is what is recommended, okay? So water first, then soap, then you rub your hands, then you do a gang sign, another gang sign, a third one, then a jutsu from Naruto directly, then you rub your hands again, then you do some weird like massage for yourself. After that, you are going to rinse your hands, then you thank the sink, and then you leave. Good. So now that you're good. All right. So, all right. Pretty good peak. Here's a little membership thingy here. Okay, I don't see much here. From someone who's 70 kilograms, that is good size. All right, this is the bulk and the cut. So this is the bulk phase. And if you see the bulk phase, this is just a fat guy, right? You don't see any muscle definition or anything. Anyone would say this is a DL physique. In my opinion, that's a bulk taken a bit too far. In my opinion, of course. All right, the back, not much definition, but we see some traps, okay, some shoulders, lats, all right, a lot of fat around the waist. Keep that in mind because that's a key aspect, in my opinion, of the transformation. After this, 71 kilograms. So that's only 10 kilos. 10 kilos is around 25 pounds. Suddenly, definition in the back. So we finally start to see like the striation. We finally start to see the separation, where the spine is. Notice how when you're fat, no spine. All right, the neck has shrunk, but that's normal because it was mostly fat. We can finally see some definition. So the arms are rounding. That's very nice. And we see abs. Okay, so the abs that were not visible before. Okay, that's still a pretty skinny physique, but there's the hint of muscularity. Like this is a good base. This is a good base to start the lean bulk from, for example. All right. So I would say that here, the obvious strong point that jumps to me is shoulders. The shoulders seem to be very developed. The obvious weak point that jumps to me is the lats. This here, the lats actually seem to connect decently low. So maybe not the lats, maybe the neck. All right, the neck seems to be a bit small. I don't know if you train your neck or not, Agriold, but I think you should get to it. The forearms also need work. You need to isolate these bad boys as soon as possible. The triceps still seem good because you see the sweep here. That's a pretty good tricep. The bicep are also pretty decent, honestly. The traps seem to be fairly developed as well, so that's good. Now, notice the waist. Look at the comparison between this and this. Like, this is pretty drastic. And I want to point it out on purpose because a lot of people who have love handles despair in a sense because they think they're going to look like this forever. It's not the case. You're good. And here, yeah, we see a physique of someone who in like 4 or 5 years is going to look pretty tremendous. Your chest needs a lot of work, but I'm certain that you already know that. So that was for the montage. I have anxiety every time I click on one of these. I think, what if it shows something that's on my computer and then I get canceled? So we see the legs. So he shows his legs. Pretty small legs, granted, but for someone who's 70 kilos, that's what I would expect. But they're pretty aesthetic because you see good separation of the teardrop and of every part of the vastus lateralis, etc., etc. So all things considered pretty good, and the calves still look somewhat decent from what I can see. What matters to me is first and foremost this, a blue penguin plushie. I like that. 2, look at the waist compared to the legs. Yes, the legs are small, but the waist is like not that much bigger than the legs. So this is a good look for bodybuilding. This is what you want. More legs and more bedding. So we see good separation, pretty lean legs. Big lack of hamstrings and glutes. Right? You really need to work on your posture chain. And then we have the last picture. I love because everyone censored their faces and they all censored it with a different emoji. This one looks horribly smug, which I think is very funny. And we see good bicep, huh? Pretty good bicep sweep. The chest is horribly lacking, but you know that. Good traps, as I said before, very good shoulders. And the forearms just need work. So that's that. So stop sharing. Okay. And we're back. Did it work? How was it? You didn't see the pictures? Did I just review in nothingness? No way. You guys are fucking with me. You guys are fucking with me. No, you guys are fucking with me. You guys got together and said you didn't see shit. You're lying. No, you're lying. I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you. It's not. I don't believe you. It's not Pebo. I clicked share my stream, share my window, and it worked for coffee. Are you fucking kidding me? I was not streaming my browser. I was literally streaming my stream, my window. I swear to God, I did not share my browser. Non mais c'est pas possible. Mais quoi? I reviewed a black screen? Why couldn't you guys see it? I was not streaming my browser. Non mais c'est là, c'est un bug, c'est la machine, c'est pas de ma faute. C'est trop grave. Attendez. Attendez, mais en fait, c'est parce que je suis con, je pense. So now you see it, right? You don't see it. No? Yes? No? You see it. So now you fucking see it. There's no way you're not seeing it. I literally see it myself when I look into the stream. You guys are liars. Now you see, motherfuckers. But you're all right. I'm fucking stupid. You couldn't see it before. So you're right. Oh my God. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, guys. It's because I didn't see it properly. Yeah. So we're going to do it like this. So for the people who watched before, you essentially watched me review a black screen. Oh, it's so good. And now I'm lagging like a motherfucker, but who gives a fuck? The sound is good. Focus on the physique that you see. C'est terrible. Oh, le débile profond, c'est trop grave. C'est trop grave. Et vous êtes restés quand même. The funniest thing is that 700 people just watch me review a black stream and no one left. Ok. Non mais c'est trop drôle, je suis désolé. Moi, ça me fait beaucoup trop rire. Ok, on commence. C'est bon. Calmez-vous, c'est bon. Tranquille, je suis traumatisé de la technologie aussi. Ok. Bon, on va recommencer. Hein. We're going to redo the same exact fucking thing. Okay. So here is Agriold's physique. As you can see, big lack of chest. We're just going to do the same thing again. That's great. Big lack of chest. Really needs to work on his forearms. The shoulders are pretty good. And the traps, as I said, are pretty good. And I was pointing out the emoji thing because you guys all fucking did the same thing. You censored your face with emojis. He used that emoji for some reason. Okay. Boom. His legs. Okay. I can see myself reviewing the thing, so it's perfect. I also have to plug the laptop. Else it's gonna die. Hop, voilà. Allez. Vos gueules, hein. C'est bon maintenant. Okay, so you see the legs, pretty lean. Okay, we have good separation, huge lack of hamstrings, huge lack of glutes. All right, as I said before. Here we see the legs again. Fuck, I made jokes and everything, and no one could see the joke. I'm going to redo the exact same joke. Fuck you guys, because I'm funny like that. So we see good separation. Okay, what I want you to pay attention to is first the plushie, the penguin, very important. Two, the waist compared to the legs. That's what matters. You want a waistline that is close to your leg size. If you have small legs but a small waist, it's okay because the illusion is maintained. Then we have the physique. I spent so much time on this. So here we see when he's bulked up, again, no muscle definition, no abs, just a fat guy who spends too much time at the buffet. And we see a lot of fat around the waist. All right. Keep that in mind because once he cuts, suddenly that fat is gone. So for all of you guys who have big love handles, it's not a death sentence. You will lose that fat because this is where your body stores the fat. You see good separation, even though the muscles of the upper back are pretty lacking, in my opinion. Not lacking necessarily, but not as dominant as I would expect from someone who's telling me that they on purpose don't prioritize their back. You really should be doing a lot of back exercises still at your size. Then we have the front of Agriold, so huge lack of chest development that really needs to be brought up. But we see a good start of a six-pack. All right, you need to work on your abs too and the forearms. The shoulders, as I said, are pretty good. The traps are pretty good. The bicep is actually decent, very good sweep. And we see, again, that the waist is much trimmer after. That is not too surprising. And that, as I said, we see a good, somewhat lean physique that is outside of skinny fat. So you have surmounted the skinny fat curse, and you are in a perfect position to lean bulk. Okay, not aggressive bulk, but just lean bulk. That's perfect for your current shape. And again, let's do it again with the joke about the NHS recommended hand washing machine. So first, you pray to God with your palms upwards. Then you put water on your hands. Then you use the soap. Then you brush the hands together. Then you do 1 gang sign, 2 gang sign, 3 gang signs. Then a jutsu from Naruto. Then you clap. I forgot that the first time. You clap for yourself. Then you massage your hand. Then you rinse it. You thank the sink for its service. And then finally, you are allowed to leave the bathroom. Pretty good bicep sweep. Did I just review a black screen again? No, I did not review a black screen. OK, boom. Alors, les doubters et les haters dans le chat. Motherfucker. This was the joke I was confusing. OK, stop sharing. Parfait. Eh, c'est qui le boomer maintenant? Bande de tocards. Hein? Is this the average physique? That's pretty average. That's what I would call an average physique. So, first review out of the way. And if we go into his program, Agriold's program, looking at it, so he does an upper lower, and he does incline dumbbell bench, dumbbell pullover, some rows at the end of his program, some squats. I wouldn't really touch the lower body stuff, but I see a lot of high bar squats, and I don't see a lot of posterior chain. You do RDLs, but yeah, I would focus more on your posterior chain, on your abs, and on your chest in priority. For chest, you do decline dumbbell bench. You do incline dumbbell bench. You don't do any flat stuff. That is something that I would look into. Try and find a movement that you can connect with. But yeah. C'est toi le teubé qui fait des reviews de black screen. Il va falloir commencer à me parler poliment. Hein. Je vais mettre des tacles. Hein. Moi, je vise directement la jugulaire. Faut faire attention avec moi. Bon. Enough of that. Let's move on to the next entry. The next entry on physiques is Austin. And now I understand. I have to open the fucking thing before I share, because if I don't, the computer doesn't recognize it. That's how stupid it is. Okay. Austin is someone who sent me a physique that I think is pretty good. Use phone for chat. As if I want to read your bullshit as I'm doing the review. All right, Austin. Let's find you. Austin, I found you. So Austin tells me that he has been a distance runner as a teenager for 7 years. He's been consistent with lifting for 5 years, but the first 3 years were either pure powerlifting or power building. He got strong, so 455 squat, 315 bench, and 505 deadlift, but aesthetics were worse than lackluster, especially my limbs. What a fucking surprise. Last 2 years has been a series of cuts and bulks, with the net result being effectively recomping. Body weight when I started to lift was 155. Body weight at the end of powerlifting phase was 210. Exactly like me. And body weight now is 175. So he lost more than 40 kilos from the powerlifting phase to the current stage that he's at, and he's 5'9". So he was essentially overweight when he was powerlifting. And he trains lower volume, high intensity. He's ramping up volume currently, and he wants to be 200 pounds lean at some point in the future with no general physique weaknesses and an emphasis on chest, arms, shoulders, and back. So essentially an upper body bro, which is perfectly fine. We don't discriminate on that stream. Let us show you guys the physique. Share. Boom. So that's Austin's back. Okay? Perfect. So what do we see? First, I see pretty good triceps. I see pretty good tricep development. Okay? I see Shoulders that could be bigger, especially the real delt. I see very, very good, not necessarily lat development, but I seem to see a lot of teres major here. Like you see that popping out here, that's hyperdominant. And I wonder if maybe that takes over on certain pulling movements. If we look at the glutes, they don't seem to really stand out that much, which is interesting for someone who used to be fat and a powerlifter, because usually that tends to be hyperdominant. So, like, my eye is immediately caught by this connection between the tricep and the teres, but the shoulders need to be brought up. The traps also could be brought up. I think that there is a lot of potential for upper traps, middle traps, lower traps, because you see what we call in French no man's land along the spine, where there's a lot of space, and I don't know if it's insertions or lack of direct work for that. Because if you look at the erectors and the rhomboids, they're pretty fucking jacked. Again, not surprised at all for someone who used to do a lot of heavy pulls. So that's overall a very good back. On top of that, the guy is lean. That's a lean physique. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That is lean. The forearms are actually pretty good too. Like, look at these veins. And actually pretty good forearms. And the neck is not small, not big. It's okay. All right. Next, we have a horrible quality picture of your legs, but we see some calves development. All right, we saw a trampoline in the background too. We also see this, which means that you're in the US, so you just doxed yourself. The hamstrings are, I think this is supposed to be the hamstring sweep, so there is a sweep we can see here, and we can see the separation with the quad, so that's pretty fucking cool. The leg overall, I wouldn't say is bad at all, which is not surprising for a powerlifter. Could be bigger, naturally, but it's not bad, especially for someone who clearly doesn't want them to be overpowering. Now we're talking. People are like, did people send you good physiques? What do you think? Do you think that this is a good physique? Because to me, it is. Like, we see something like, we see a good package here, right? Guys, chat, this is a good package. The shoulders, the side delt and the front delt are good. He didn't censor his face, doesn't give a fuck. Because he has boxing gloves, he can fuck you up. He doesn't care. He's a thief too. You can see it like thieves right there. It says right there. Great shoulders, right? Capped, right? Connects with the traps. So the front of the traps seems to be developed enough, right? So you need more like croc rows, for example, more pulls where your elbows are open to get more of that like mid back to really go with that. But clearly you are someone who is front dominant. We see a very trim waist, like no additional fat. You can see the oblique starting to like pop around here. Good abdominal development, right? Very little fat in the lower abdomen. Good chest, good separation. Could be bigger, but like this is clean. Like this is a good, clean, natural physique. And naturally the eyes is like captured by this line right there. Very good line, very good triceps. As we said, just from the back you could see the biceps seems to be pretty developed too. That's cool. That's pretty fucking cool. Then we have the legs again. So definitely the legs are a bit undersized, in my opinion, compared to your upper body. But if that's the look you're going for, that's cool. You have some calves. Like, absolutely. Our boy Austin has some calves. And I also see something interesting is that your teardrop is balanced and even maybe mugs the rest of the quad. And that's interesting to me because I've only ever seen that look on people who train for sports. So like people who train for jumping, people who train for running fast, they tend to have that imbalance. But usually powerlifters, ex-powerlifters don't have that. So this is a specificity of your physique that I think is pretty cool because it makes you stand out. And that is it. That is the extent of what our good friend sent me. So, but you know what? See, it's connecting back to what I said previously. The guy is an ex-long distance runner. So because of that, he has that specific look to his quads that no amount of powerlifting was able to, in a sense, correct, which I think is pretty cool. Because it shows that if you're going to get into bodybuilding later on in life, you're still always going to have with you like this past of yours. It's never wasted. Body fat estimation, this is someone that is between 10 and 12% body fat. I think. How do you get those teardrops? Either be an ex-athlete, or look at the hair, or I'm distracting myself, or do exercises that target that in priority. So stuff like split squats tend to work really well. But see, guys, this is a good physique. Some people sent me pretty good physiques. So that's that. That's all I have to say for your physique, Austin. You can always, of course, follow up if you want to hear more. Tremendous. We are on a roll, and we're going to continue. Next entry is CalmThug, who sent me his physique and sent me a few messages alongside with it. And he says a lot of things. He says a lot of things because he sent me his full program, which I encourage you guys to do. Hi, NH, I'm 21, 6 feet tall at 194. Okay, keep these stats in mind. 6 feet 4 at 194. He's been lifting for 3 years, and he's splitting time with Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he's someone who's very physically active. He's an athlete, essentially. For his program, we're going to look at it later. We are going to be shocked. What the fuck am I seeing right now? I don't know what that is, but he lifts a lot of weight. You will not believe the amount of weight that guy can lift. He has 16.5-inch arms, and he wants to bring his upper body to the level of development of his lower body and back. So we're going to see if he is actually correct with this or if he's delusional. Some people tend to be delusional. So that's, he also says that his chest is lagging and he feels like it's holding him back for being more aesthetic. And that's it. That's all of the information that I got. So now that this has been said, let's open Mr. CalmThug's document. All right, opened. All right, the first picture, don't go by the first picture because it is not representative of what the guy actually looks like. Boom. Black stream, don't panic, it's there. Okay, so we see the arms from the sides. And people, I know that people are going to be like, oh, this is going to be someone who has a bad physique. No. But from the side, you can see that definitely this is someone who is lacking in the chest department tremendously, to the point that it's weird to a level because, like, how is your upper chest so above? I don't know if this could be just an anatomical difference. But some people say fighter physique. Yeah, look at the development of the back. To some degree, his back pops out more than the chest, and that shouldn't be possible. But it is possible. It's happening right there. You're witnessing this right there. Look at the traps. Great trap sweep. Tremendous trap sweep right there. Right? And look at this. This is something that you see only on people who front squat or who play rugby. Right? But the arm is indeed lagging behind, and the abdominal development is also lagging behind. But again, this is a batter of the guy. This is a flex picture. Not much is revealed here, except the fact that the guy drinks this water that is disgusting. I don't understand why people like this water. But yeah, the bicep is there. There is a sweep. There is a vein, but it's lagging behind. The real delt is popping, though. But here is the revelation. The back. So the back is pretty developed. The guy was not delusional at all. He is correct. The back, the upper back in particular, is jacked. He has a lot of muscle mass back there. But the triceps, we can see from that position, your triceps should almost like fold and wrap around your arm. Because from this position, gravity should be pulling it down, and we barely see that. So this is the sign that you really need to focus on your triceps. The forearms are not that bad, at least the inner forearm, but the front of the forearm is lacking. Because we see here that this part should be popping out, and it's really not. The chest from there doesn't look that bad, but it's because it's that upper portion of the chest that we saw was weirdly overdeveloped and not the lower chest. Continuing, we have the back. So the guy does have a very aesthetic back because the insertions are proper. It's perfectly symmetrical, which is rare. And you can see every detail of the back. This guy, keep in mind, is 200 pounds, all right, at 6 feet. So that is a very good defined back for someone that is so heavy, because that is pretty heavy. The delts are very good. You can see the front delts from the back, which is also a good sign. You can see the separation of each head. Now, the delts could naturally be bigger, but we're still dealing with someone who, to me, is above average. That is an above average physique, all right, so that you guys know what we're talking about. The forearms need work. but that is going to be a theme throughout the thing. The lats are pretty good. Nothing much to say here. So again, the back, the traps. Look at the traps. See, like you have like an upper shelf that is completely separated from the rest of the back, and that is usually the sign of a pretty good genetic gift for back. This is someone that could have traps with their ears if they wanted, like if they wanted to focus on that. But again, we see the lack in the tricep. But I think part of that is because of the tricep insertion. This guy has very deep insertions. CalmThug has very good potential for tricep and bad triceps. This is the paradox. But in 5 years, he'll be back with monster triceps because this is the same type of insertion that GVS has. And GVS is someone who has monster triceps because he's been working on them. Okay. And then we have the picture of the front. So yeah, really lack of development in the lower chest, which is rare because people usually have an upper chest that is lagging, but you really need to focus on that. We're going to go take a look at your program afterwards. And you also are, in a sense, unlucky because you seem to store a lot of your fat in the front of your abdomen and not your back. I'm the exact opposite. I have no fat in the front, all of the fat in the back. This means that for you, getting a six-pack is going to take training your abs directly more seriously. And also it's going to take, at some point or the other, like running a cut if it's something that you want. And then we see the legs and you're like, Jesus Christ. So look at the size of the legs. These are huge. And on an athlete that is going to do Muay Thai, if I'm in a ring to fight in a Muay Thai competition and the guy takes this out of his pants, I'm done. Like, I'm tapping out. I don't want this kicking me in the face. Thank you very much. But yeah, huge fucking legs. So I understand why they are not your priority. Okay, excellent. So the legs are crazy. Now, oh, someone farted in the chat and they're going to get timed out. I caught you. Caught you farting. Boom. All right. How to submit? You cannot submit. You cannot submit today. We're reviewing people that I vetted because for me to be able to show you these folders, I have to download everything and look at everything. All right. So now for the shocking thing, how much does this guy can lift? The guy can lift 600 pounds on the deadlift. That's a 3 times body weight deadlift after 3 years of lifting. I repeat, 600 pounds deadlift after 3 years of lifting. I don't know if it's sumo or not, but that's crazy because he's below 200 pounds. 3 years of lifting. Okay? This is why I come and I talk to you guys about genetics and about differences. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You have your genetics, but there are freaks out there. Because no one on this chat, if I had shown that guy's physique, would have said, oh yeah, 600 pounds deadlift physique. Because there's no such thing. But yeah, freakishly strong on the deadlift. He can do, and for people who are asking, he can do 500-pound deadlift, conventional style, easily, like as a back off. Like on his Fridays, he does 4 sets of RDLs, and he does RDLs with 455 pounds for 8 repetitions. Okay, and then he ends with 500-pound deadlift for 3 reps. Okay, do you understand what we're talking about here? He's much stronger than me. Like, it's not even close. And I've been lifting for 4 or 5 times longer than he is. Such is life. But looking at his other stuff, I really want to know how much the guy can squat. I don't know if he gave me his squat weight. The guy does a leg press with 600 pounds for 20 repetitions. That seems to be pretty impressive in my opinion, even though I'm not quite sure. And he can do sets of 10 with 4 plates on the squats. Voilà. So, not too surprised that the guy has legs the size that he does, and not surprised that his back is such a strong part. We're dealing with someone who is clearly, and his max squat, this is also why it's great to have the coffee. His max squat is 545. So 545 squat, 600-pound deadlift after 3 years of lifting, and he trains Muay Thai, and he trains Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So a monster. Oh, Blake, you sent me your program. Blake, you sent me your program. Austin Blake. Ah, yes, but you sent it in a format that I cannot access, unfortunately. If you want a program review, next hypertrophy stream will review your program 100%. Okay, so we have now went through the example of someone who has a very good physique, and if we take a look at his program, outside of the strength feed that are very impressive, he does pretty basic stuff. But what I find interesting is that CalmThug, if you're watching this, or you'll, I know, or I think you told me you will, but you will be watching this later. You do unweighted dips, but why? Because you can already do 25 clean reps. I think you're at a point where you should start to weight them. And if you're worried because you start with incline chest press, don't worry about that. By the way, incline chest press, and if I look at the rest of your training, weighted dips, I would maybe try and do flat bench because you clearly seem to have an imbalance and your lower chest seem to not grow that much from the dips. Okay, you do weighted as well. Okay. So I would be really, really interested in hearing you in the future, like getting back to me in a year or so to see how your chest development goes. Because I want to know if this is just because of your training or because of something else, so difficulty to connect or not. But we have to move on. Thank you very much for your entry. That was very interesting to cover. The next one is Dave. Alors, Dave. Finding Dave. Okay. Dave. Damn Dave. Okay. Damn Dave. All right, Dave. So Dave sent me his program. So he does bench press, pullover, bicep curls, pretty standard stuff. Okay. And he tells me that his physique is not great and he knows it, which is fine. A lot of people have sent me physiques that are not great. He started training in 2021, but didn't actually start training seriously until the beginning of this year. So he has like less than a year of serious training because he switched from functional to a bodybuilding mindset. Probably the best thing you've ever done. You're 6 feet, 200 pounds. So we are dealing with someone who has the exact same metrics as CalmThug that we just reviewed. He's been trying to recomp since he started training in January, and he has, for the most part, stayed the same weight, which is the point of the recomp. His program is a variation of the bridge program that I made, and now he's making his own program, which is great. I encourage that. And your goal physique is guts from Berserk. Good. With large arms, legs, with good pecs, and visible abs. And you have never had visible abs. And a strong and muscular back. Okay. And you're saying that you have 15 inches arms, so he has arms that are almost 2 inches smaller than CalmThug, 23 inches thighs, and his waist is 37 inches. Based on these measurements already, you know what we're going to see. I want to preface by saying that we're not here to make fun of anyone. If you send me your physique, that's already brave of you, and we're going to use that as an opportunity to educate. All right, so Dave, going into your thing, we're going to start with this. So let's see. Up. I'm going to share the screen. Window. Share. Okay. Toxic. Okay. So, right off the bat, very high body fat. But Dave already knows that. All right. So the abs are not visible at all, even though we have downward lighting. We see the tricep separation. Okay. So we have the vein here. Sorry, I got taken out of it. I hope that you feel better about whatever was the reason you decided to do this to your shoulder. The chest is lagging a bit. The neck seems to be pretty thick. All right, so we see in line with the jawline. Okay, the shoulders are present. Okay, we see actually the shoulders. I'm sorry, I was just like a little bit shocked by this, but the shoulders are actually pretty much what stands out the most in the physique. So that could be a strong point going forward because again, you're just at the beginning of your journey. And you clearly train in an environment that is conducive to hard training, so that bodes well for the future. Maybe don't train around like toxic fumes, stuff like this. Maybe not a good idea. All right. Next picture, I have the same exact line in my way. or at least I used to have. Okay, frankly, this is not like end of the wood bad. This is just someone who has a physique with a lot of fat on it, but it's manageable. And yeah, I can tell you that the shoulders are going to be something else because you can see they already pop and you're at a high body fat, so that's a good sign. And if your goal is the guts physique, you're on the right path because your arms seem to be dominant and you seem to have a pretty good chest, even though you are not very lean. The forearms are actually decently good too. You have good forearms. I don't know what you do for them or if you're just a manual laborer, but yeah, the lats are very lacking, but they're not very necessary for the guts physique. So I won't worry too much about that. The legs is where it's at. You really need to work on your legs. Because again, if we play the comparison games, if we compare your waist to your legs, the ratio is not in the legs' favor. And then, and this is not a flattering picture at all, but I'm glad you sent it because I know that a lot of you guys watching this look like that. So let's not like pretend that we are all like Greek gods. High body fat, but first off, I would say that it's good because your love handles are in check. Like you don't have bad love handles. So once you really start to like build more muscle and cut down a bit, you're not going to deal with any like disgracious side effects at all. The lats, as I said, need a lot of work, just to like, if anything, like give the illusion of a smaller waist. The arms need lots of work too, because I think you have a long insertion in the biceps, so you're going to need more work. But the forearms really stand out to me. Like your forearms are really advanced, and the legs again need a lot of work. Okay. Black screen. No fucking way. No fucking way. How? Non, mais attends, c'est pas possible. Là, ça devrait pas le faire. You didn't see anything. The entire time? I swear that this time I clicked and I checked to see if it was there. Non. C'est un troll. C'est pas possible. Attends, on va réessayer. Read the chat more. I cannot read the chat at the same time. Putain, mais c'est pas possible. What the fuck? J'ai failli faire une grosse bêtise. Oh putain, pourquoi ça marche pas? It's working. It's working. Okay, I want to say for the record that this wasn't my fault. I want to say for the record it wasn't my fault. I did the exact same thing that I've done for every other fucking physique, and for some reason this time it didn't work. All right, well, we're back into it. Dave, you're getting 2 reviews. So this is Dave's physique. This is the worst picture he sent me. The forms are very developed again. The chest is lacking, high body fat. It wasn't my fault. It was not my fault. Fuck off. The legs are lacking. Shit, it pisses you off. The ab development is lacking. Actually, the guy said he wanted to look like guts, so the abs are going to be massively important. Eh, j'en ai un peu marre de vous. Hein. J'ai soif en plus. Et pas de face emoji. He didn't censor his own face. So here we see in different. And we really see here that the forms are redeveloped compared to the rest of the arm. The lats are lagging, as I said. Legs are lagging. And the comparison between the waist and the leg, again, is not in the favor. Blah, 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 blah. You are here. You heard it the first time. Fuck you. The shoulders stand out. Again, like very good sweep. Very good sweep. And yeah, the bicep triceps will need to be brought up. But the neck for the guts physique is already there. So unless it really shrinks when you lose fat, it should be good. Yeah, we see like from the side chest that the chest needs to be popping out more. But as I said, we're not dealing with someone who is going to have a tough time because like no real love indoors. It's just like a lot of like overall fat that is going to shed very easily. I still don't understand why this time it didn't work. I hate when technology does that. Hate it. Anyway, so that was for Dave. Oh yeah. And the lighting is bad. Yeah, that's garage lighting. And if I look at his program, so he does good mornings, neck curls, suitcase carry. How much biceps are we talking here? So that's for lower, so there's not going to be biceps in there. Okay, hammer curls. Hammer curls. Just hammer curls? No supinated stuff? Pull-ups, bicep curls with a barbell. Maybe not the best option if you want to really like target the bicep, but if you can make it work. At the end of the day, keep in mind, guys, that we're talking about a guy who has like a year of lifting behind his back. So it should be okay. Guys, I already have to like deal with 1, 2 screens plus several pages. You really want me to add a phone to this? I'm technologically maladapted for this shit. Like, I cannot. Okay. Anyways, it should not happen again. Okay, you got blacked 2 times, not 3 times. Black me once, shame on me. Black me twice, cannot be blacked again. Right? That's how the saying goes. Anyways, all right, that was for Dave. C'est une catastrophe ce stream, hein. Putain. Alors, next one is Onzu, and Onzu is someone that I know very well because he has been updating me about his physique for a very long time. So I'm going to open directly Physique. Boom. And this time I will check to see if it's actually fucking working. Because if not, I get fucking victim blamed by people on my own chat. You bunch of ingrates. C'est pas une usine à gaz. Je n'y arrive pas. Tu vois pas que je galère déjà avec 2 écrans? Pourquoi me faire du mal comme ça, en fait? Vous m'aimez pas ou quoi? Alors, Onzu. Onzu. Onzu is 19 years old. And he said, I'm the same Asian dude from 6 months ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't tell my wife. And he says, I am 5'8", and he's 83 kilograms. So 83 kilograms is give or take 180. All right, so that's pretty heavy for 5 feet 8 inches. And it's his 4th year of training, 5th year of training. So he's been training for 5 years. And he has 25 inches legs, which is fucking massive. But he says, I am not showing my boxer on stream. You will get to see that some people did not have the same qualms about showing their shit on my stream. Also, you didn't show your legs, so no proof that you have 26 inches legs. We're going to assume that you have small legs. Okay. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Window. Click. Share. Okay, now I'm going to check if it works. Okay, it fucking works. No lies this time. No lies. It's working. I can see that it's working. Okay? For some reason, the guy decided to send me a picture from like a million miles away, but it's working. Okay, good. All right, now we have to zoom. Like, first off, we have to zoom in. Active, very important to stay active, guys. Remember what I said about the sinks. What do I look at again? This? Ah, yes. There's a guy in the background. Like, love the definition. I love that the guy asked a friend, why did you ask a friend to take a picture of you in the mirror? Why couldn't you take a fucking picture of you directly? Doesn't that make more sense? What am I even reviewing here? Pixels? Okay. Good traps. We can see very low trap insertions. Good shoulders, although they could be bigger. I don't know if it's the lighting. I think you wanted that picture because the only place where there's good lighting is wherever you're fucking standing. And when you take a picture in the window, it just makes you look better. You're not fooling me. Okay. The ab development is not that great. And this is interesting too. Look at the ratio of abdomen and the torso in general. The chest is very small, but it's very small because it's like spread on a very surface, whereas the abdomen is huge. If you have a huge abdomen, you better train your fucking abs directly. But again, we're dealing with someone who is supposedly really relatively high body fat because he's 5'8" and 180. So, okay, now I have to zoom all the way the fuck back. I'm going to check on the stream to see if it's still sharing. It's still fucking sharing. Okay, good. Next picture, please. Oh, great, another picture from afar. This is so weird. Okay, the biceps are really good. Of course, the lighting makes your delts look tremendous, but actually it points out the fact that your delts are small compared to the upper arm. So you need to focus on your delts more, but the chest is pretty good. The separation is good. Look at how smug the guy is. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing to me. Okay. Oh, look. Okay, not more to say here. Okay, now that's more interesting. No cheat lighting. Well, we see a big fucking difference between the two, huh? All right, so now we see decently high body fat, which explains why I couldn't see abs in the cheat lighting. Decent amount of fat around the waist, but that's to be expected at that body weight for that height. Delts definitely fucking lagging. And now that I can see it, yeah, the biceps also need work. The forearms are actually pretty decent. There's a decent sweep. The traps are very dominant. The neck is actually good. We see a very good neck to face ratio. Didn't censor his face, so he's a chat for that. And sweatpants. Now, chat, do we think that there is 26 inches legs under the sweatpants? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing ideas out. All right, that's a very good picture of you. I think it's a much better picture of you. The lats are good. All right, good connection of the lats. All right, once you cut, it's going to be even better because that is going to be gone right there. Yeah, that's a Chad right there. Look at these straps in that neck. That look like, if we just look like at like this, that's like above average physique. But if you zoom out, not so much. Still, like, again, for 5 years, I didn't look that good after 5 years. I'm just like putting it out there. I'm shitting on the guy, but he still looks good for someone. He's putting the work. He's got results. Okay. I don't know when that was taken because I don't have the context, but you look much, much smaller in this picture. And I think you gave me the context. So we're going to like go back and look at the context afterwards. But so we have a double bicep in the cheat lighting. Okay. We have your back. The traps are pretty good. But we already saw that. We know that your traps are good. Now what interests us is the rest of the back. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. The shoulders still like are lacking a bit. Okay. Okay. No black screen this time, huh? Little fuckers. I can do it. I can do it. I'm not a boomer. Okay, so let's see. He sent me a picture, said, hold on, let me show you, fuck it. Because I said he had small legs. But he is 19. I think I didn't say that. He's 19. So he started training when he was 15. So for 19, that's a great physique. Right? I think it's also important to like put it into perspective that for 19, this is a tremendous quote unquote starting point because you will only go uphill from there. So that's great. I'm looking at the rest of the information you sent me because I think that there was something about bulking or whatever. I'm a little bit weirded out because some of your pictures look clearly like you before the bulk, but you did not give me that information, so I don't know it. Yeah, at 19, most of you didn't even fucking lift, so. Okay. He says he's going to send me his legs, but anyways, he's going to send them to me on coffee, and I'm not downloading new stuff. At this point, I'm already at my capacity. This is all I can manage. I missed the black screen. There will be more black screens, guys. Not for the black aficionados in the chat. There will be more black screens. Don't you worry. Okay, next up. Did I tell you that this stream is going to last 5 hours? Aren't you glad you're going to spend 5 hours with someone who cannot seem to like make something so simple function? Okay. The next one in my physique folder, because I have a folder of a bunch of pictures that young men sent me, totally normal. Fitness is totally a normal industry, and I'm glad that I work in it. The next one is Jack. And Jack sent me a gazillion pictures. I think Zach thought that we were like flirting and I was like his Tinder match. So he sent me like I think something like 35 pictures. I only selected a few. Jack, don't get mad at me for that. I have he sent me 29 messages afterwards. Calm down. And he says his dream physique is Toji Fushiguro, and he has been training for 2 years, and he wants me to rate his physique out of 10. You have a lot of demands for me. We haven't even started dating yet. So you sent me so many fucking pictures that it's hard to even find the text. So you're 6 feet. Oh, yeah. So 6 feet and 185. For those of you that were there before the great blackening of the stream, he is the same stats as CalmThug, but he's 10 pounds lighter. And he used to be pretty fucking fat. I'll show the fat pictures of Jack. We'll call him Fat Jack for the stream afterwards. And he says his legs are a weak point, but at least he's going to show us his legs, right? Right, chat? He's not going to hide them, right, chat? I'm going to get to see his legs. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Il n'y a pas une seule photo de ses jambes. Il n'y a pas de photo de ses jambes. Okay, let's start. I had to this is what you pay for, because I had to go through all of these guys' pictures and select the ones that actually make sense to show on stream. Okay, so Jack. Hop. Putain de merde. Okay, ça c'est ouvert. No panic. I haven't shared it yet. It's normal that you're seeing nothing. No panic. Okay, let's see the black screen. Share screen. On passe des bons moments, hein. C'est bien les samedis après-midi ensemble, hein, putain. Jack Back. C'est le nom du dossier. Est-ce que ça va marcher? Ça marche! Tadam! Je suis un génie de la technologie. Je suis un génie de la technologie. C'est incroyable. C'est incroyable. Ok, c'est bon. Pas de black screen. No black screen here. Okay, so we see the back. That's a weird pose. We see that first and foremost, you have scoliosis right off the bat. That's your $10 worth already. Don't need to see a doctor. Your this shoulder is much higher than this one. If you follow the line, look at the line of the shoulders. Holy fuck. Your spine is like this. Okay. Not much to see in the back, but that pose is not doing you any favor. Much better. Okay, so now we see some definition, but still, this is the guy that I told you guys had the opposite of a spider physique. He has a lobster physique. Look at the size of his fucking arms compared to his back. It's crazy. Like, it's probably the, not worst, but like the most striking imbalance I've ever seen. So you really need to work on your back. And I think it's also because the traps are actually pretty developed. So they connect with the arms and then you have nothing down there. But a great thing that you have going for yourself is that once you get rid of the fat, you have a pretty small waist. So once you like balance out all of that shit, you're going to look pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, we have a million pictures from that guy. So, so we can see, yeah, your scoliosis is really, really bad. The triceps are really good. Your insertions are garbage. But in a way, it's like really making them pop. So good for you, I guess. And yeah, you actually seem to have a pretty lean back compared to the front, if memory serves. Okay, never mind, I was wrong. So that's the front. Again, Tinder profile picture 100%. You got the shoulder veins going for you. You have the nipples going for you. So that's excellent. Thank you for that. Your chest insertions are pretty fucking perfect. Like, look at that line. Perfect. So that's a genetic gift that you have. As we said, even though your lats are not that developed, your waist is so small that they look developed. So you have the potential to have a really good physique. If your goal is the Toji Fushiguro physique, congratulations, you have the genetic gifts for that. Someone like me will never be able to pull it off, but you can. So that's great. Pretty cute too, huh? All right. Oh, so that's Fat Jack. That's before. Holy fuck. What a difference. And even just look at the face. I actually named it Fat Jack Fat. Look at the face. Night and fucking day. Like, he gained 4 points of attractiveness easily with that cut. And look at, like, some people would say, oh, if you look like this, it's over, bro. Just like, oh, it's over. No. Because he lost the fat, and now you can see that the guy actually had a great structure for bodybuilding. It's just that he was fat. So just lose the fucking fat. More fat Jack. He came back from this. Like, he had the Tyson Fury body going. And he told me, I don't know if it's accurate, that he was 195 here and 180 in the other pictures. How? That's 10 pounds of fat. I don't buy it. I think it's much more than that, at least 20, 30 pounds. But yeah, good job. Look at the difference. Night and fucking day. You still have some fat in your abdomen, but that's not surprising considering where you came from. And from what I can tell, when you lose that, you're going to look tremendous. Okay, the shoulders are good. Clearly dominant in your physique, which is great because you want the Toji Fujiguro. I don't know what this woman is doing. Is she cleaning? What is she doing? Never mind. The neck is actually also very good, right? In line with the jaw, so that's what we want. Okay. The forearms are lacking, but it's okay. Chest is good, as I said. Good insertions, good separations. Okay. Like flex the shoulder veins, baby. You still have some fat in your chest, but that's going to go away as you get bigger. I don't think this is an example of a gyno. I don't think so. Right? Yeah, shoulders. And like with that tank top going, we can really see that you have like a good shoulder width. And you like Toji Fushiguro, you're on the way, bro. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So as I said, the guy sent me 1 million pictures. Yeah, the legs. So there was a reason why you were wearing sweatpants at the gym. It's because your legs are really lacking. But who gives a fuck? You're going for the Toji Fushiguro physique. He has small legs too. So you're good. Yep. Total absence. Yeah, like the arm strings. I would say just for like your future and for the sake of your future mobility, make sure that you train those arm strings because they're going to be a problem eventually. Okay, great. So the shoulders are dominant, tremendous. Again, more shoulders. No need to make me feel bad. I know I have small shoulders. Thank you for that. Okay, in your pajamas bottom, excellent. Right, it's great. You take good care of your teeth. At least I know that. Okay, and that's it. That's the last picture. Thank God. All right. Tremendous. And no black stream. 2 in a row. Je m'améliore. Okay, so he sent me like a gazillion messages about his program and stuff. So if I can find it, he sent me pictures with his friends. Like next time, just send me pictures at your like Thanksgiving dinner too. That way I can really feel like a part of the family. Okay, blah blah, more blah blah. Okay, so again, 6 feet, 185 pounds, and if we compare him to CalmThug, you can really see that these 10 pounds, especially since CalmThug was leaner, make a huge difference. But he's only 22. 22 is the start of the road. He does chest and arms, so flat barbell bench, bench press, preacher curl, GM press. Honestly, his program looks pretty fucking solid. And I think that the only thing that guy needs, and Jack, if you're watching me right now, most likely you are, is time. Just keep lifting. You have a tremendous structure for bodybuilding. And please, for the love of God, do not jump on steroids. You do not need steroids to get the physique that you want. And if I were to give you a rating out of 10, taking into account your young age and where you came from in terms of fatness, and that you're young, you're like a spring chick in the gym, I'm giving you a 6. That's great, right? Because you have the potential to be an 8, all right? To give you a rough idea, I would give my current physique a 6.5. So I see in you a potential to be much greater than I am, 100%. All right, I need to drink some water because, like, like going from one screen to the other, very difficult for the brain. So I need the hydration. Erzoviak, in my opinion, is an 8.5. I have never met a 10 in my life. Ever. My wrists are baby. They're 6 inches 25. Alex is between a 7 and a 7.5. And GVS is like same ball game, 7.5. Okay. Wow, I'm starting to like feel it. And Bold Omni Man is like 6.5, like me. Qui est proche de 10? Je connais pas de 10. Okay, let's continue. We are on a roll. So we had just reviewed Jack, and now we're going to do Jeff. Jack and Jeff. Okay, up. And we have Jeff here, and Jeff sent me messages too. And I think he sent me his program. He said, okay, so Jeff, he's 5 feet 11 and 210 pounds. So that's a big boy. He's been training for almost 2 years. His goal is to have a physique with a slightly more developed upper body, like in the picture of Albert Beckles. He's not a fan of the look with the overly developed legs. Okay? Which is like, it's a trend on this stream so far. And Albert Beckles, for some of you who don't know, was an enhanced bodybuilder who had a tremendous physique and actually pretty big legs. And Jeff sent me, so that's going to be a shit show again. He sent me pictures and a video. We're going to see if the video actually works or if it's going to get the screen blackened again. We'll see. All right, so that's Jeff. Let's share what Jeff has. Share screen, window, Jeff. Share. Okay. Jeff also suffers from the symptom of sending a picture from a million miles away. I do not blame him. It's because he sent me what is the term? He sent me stills from a video. Yeah. So did the stream almost crash? Okay. Kind of. It's not, by the way, it's not my laptop. It's YouTube that's trash. My laptop is doing just fine. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. So we're going to have to zoom in, huh? First off, Jeff is a big thighs enjoyer, and for that, we salute him. All right. So what do we see from that physique? So the bicep peak is there. Again, we're dealing with someone who's 210 pounds at 5 feet 11, decently high body fat. All right, I would guesstimate that this is someone who's between 18% body fat. The triceps is lacking completely. There's a huge lack of long head, so that really needs to be remedied. The form is pretty good. Actually, I would say not necessarily dwarfing the upper arm because there's an imbalance between your two forearms. Clearly, this forearm is bigger than the other one. The lats are really good. This is what jumps to me immediately, is that you have really good lat development. You have a very good V-taper, and we have the separation, so we see the lower back, etc. But you don't have much definition in your back at all, which shows that you're pretty high body fat. The lower body is really lacking, and I understand, like, there is some merit to not wanting legs that overpower the lower body, but to me there is no merit at all in having legs that take away from the rest of the physique because they're too small. And that to me is an example. Now, to be fair, Jeff also, if you look at his proportions, has very long legs and a short torso, so that plays a role. But it's not an excuse. You can still bring them up. The arm strings really need work. We're not even going to talk about the calves. Then we have the front. All right, so the front is much better, right? You see a lot of chest development, a lot of the lats, again, huge strong points in your physique. We have the delts standing up. Okay, the quads, you have a tremendous imbalance between your quads and your arm strings because the quads are actually pretty huge. Right, and they're decently lean. You're also the type of person, you seem to store most of your fat in your upper body because your lower body is lean as fuck. So the quads, you can go easy on them because actually I think that they're at a point where they're developed enough, but not the back. Okay, the abdominal development is not there, but I can put that on the account of you being high body fat. Okay, more back. So again, we see the legs, tremendous lack of legs. Nice flaring out of the lats. The forearms need work, as we described. The tricep, like this, there should be like a clear demarcation here, starting here where the tricep inserts, right there. So you need to really get onto that. We'll see how much tricep isolation Jeff actually does. Okay, so that's his lat spread. So literally like the best pose in the entire arsenal. And then, so that's the most muscular. Good traps. Okay, good quads. That jumps to me. But yeah, the arms is really what is like taking you back, especially if you want to look like Albert, who had really developed arms. This is what is going to have to come up. Oh, okay, that's risky. Okay, so that's, let's see, does that, if it makes, okay, it's not working. It is working, but it's laggy as fuck. Is it? I think it's laggy as fuck. Yeah, it's laggy as fuck. Stop. I think it was like stop motion. So I think that unfortunately the video option is not going to be a thing, because it's like it's the stream. Like the video function just does not work, and it's not my laptop, it's YouTube. It just is not able to handle it for some reason. Sadly, it's too bad, because the video format would have been really cool, because that way we can really see the physique in its entirety. But for the future, we know that we are going to have to rely on pictures. We are going to have to rely on pictures. So for Jeff, keeping into account what we just discussed, looking at his program, so I have an eye out for tricep isolation. I see that you do weighted tricep dips, but the issue with someone like you, Jeff, is that since you already have an imbalance and your chest is dominant, most likely you're going to get all of that in your chest. And then the rest of your program, I see tricep push down, so that's one tricep isolation, and that's on your arm day. And I think that's it. So I think that explains it. I think that you need to find something else, if possible, something that is going to target the long head in priority, and add that to your program. Then for the posterior chain, on your lower days, you do belt squat and leg curl. Okay, leg curls should train your hamstrings. And you also do RDLs. So the imbalance that I see in your physique is not reflected in your program. This might mean two things. It might mean that you just have a weak point in your hamstrings, and it's going to take a long time to catch up, and it will never actually match your quads, which is okay. Or that you need more volume for the hamstrings, or that the current lifts you're doing, like RDLs, don't actually hit your hamstrings that much. This is a possibility. You might want to revamp the way you do your RDLs to push the bar forward more, so that you don't use as much glutes, because the glutes, from what I remember, from what I just seen, were actually pretty decent. But outside of that, your program seems good, because you have shoulder and arms day, you have an upper day, a lower day, and you do a bunch of exercises that make a lot of sense. That being said, you seem to have a lot of love for the 3x5. And while sometimes it makes sense for stuff like compounds, like weighted chin-ups, for stuff like tricep dips that is supposed to be in isolation, for stuff like preacher curls, never do a 3x5 in my opinion. Likewise, belt squat 3x5, I don't really see the point of doing that. RDLs 3x5, how about doing a style of RDL that is more focused on hypertrophy for the hamstrings with a higher rep range? I think that could be a tremendous help. The mic is cutting out. What the fuck is going on today? What the fuck is going on today? Okay, excellent. Let us move on to the next entry. So this was Jeff, and the next we have is Joey. So we had Jack, Jeff, and Joey. And Joey, I was shocked when I saw his physique, because this is a good natural physique, a tremendous natural physique. So let me show you guys that. And I'm going to keep the best picture for last. So first I have to find him in the coffee page. Joey. Here. So Joey tells me, hey, I thought it'd be cool to hear a second-hand opinion on my physique. The first picture is a 5-year transformation that I'm going to show you guys. The first 2 years he was doing random stuff, but his body responded pretty drastically. Some people actually get that privilege. Then after that 2 years, he started to focus on it more, on progressive overload, on bodybuilding, and a close attention to a clean diet. And he eats well, but he only trains about twice a week now because he's not trying to progress anymore on any lifts. So this is someone who is now okay with the way he looks. Once I show you the way he looks, I think you will understand why. He's been able to maintain what he's built, which is typical. If you build a physique on 5 days a week, you can maintain that physique on 2 days a week. It's one of the beautiful reality of natural bodybuilding. You will never really lose what you have unless you really let go. And he has other life priorities, so he doesn't have as much time for lifting, which is perfectly normal. And he says, maybe your critique will reignite my passion. Well, we'll see about that because you do have a pretty good physique. So let us start with him, with Joey. Share. Okay. Perfect. So what we see here is someone who, one, is already very lean. Some would even say shredded. He has the entire Christmas tree showing. His low back is absolutely peeled. He has good back development. The delts immediately jump to the eye because you can see every individual head of the delt, where they insert, etc. The real delt is actually pretty developed. It actually sweeps, and you can see like this is beautiful. Like these little ridges and valleys, you can see the insertion exactly where it inserts, where it connects directly to the muscles of the arm. The traps, I would say the upper traps are a bit underwhelming compared to the rest of the back, but that is really good. I think a lot of people in the chat right now looking at this would kill to have such a lean, balanced physique. Okay, more back. So the Christmas tree is not just like an expression. It's not just une figure de style. The guy has a motherfucking Christmas tree going, or like an arrowhead or whatever. A very developed terrace. Triceps are pretty good. You can see like they're really hanging out. For someone who is so lean, that's a lot of lean mass in his arms. Once again, we see that if you guys were there, I mean, you guys were there, I don't even know why I say that. For CalmThug, compare CalmThug's trap to Joey's trap. This is two different types of genetics. This is like a trap development that is much more like subdued, and it doesn't catch the eye at all. Glutes are pretty underwhelming. Hamstrings as well. So the legs are behind the upper body. I can already tell. All right. So now we're talking. All right. So we have a side chest, very developed chest. The inner chest is very developed. You can actually see the insertion points. Not massive by all means, but when you're very lean, that's usually what happens. Oblique, very defined. You can see the connection. You can see the serratus muscle. Beautiful six-pack development. Beautiful. Tremendous arms. Okay, good triceps. Biceps is still good, but tricep is more developed. And we see a good shoulder development. This is a good physique. Like right there, this is a good physique. And then, yeah. La photo qui va mettre un peu tout le monde d'accord, je pense. Even if I try to cherry pick this physique, it would be very hard for me. Trim waist, good core development, good lats, tremendous serratus development. Yeah, the triceps are good. Like you see the sweep, the forearms are developed. Like you look at the peak, you can see like the peak and valleys of like shoulders, biceps. Plus the guy is clearly good looking. So, you know, this is someone that is going to be envied by many. And this is clearly a still from a video, but you can see the legs. So the front of the leg is clearly more defined than the back of the leg. Good chest. And I think this is the picture where I was like, okay, that's really fucking good. That's really fucking good because you can clearly see the clear ratio advantage of shoulders to waist. This is someone who has a structure for bodybuilding. And by the way, this is a physique that he's able to maintain off of 2 days a week just by like looking at what he eats. Now, Joey, you wanted me to create you to like reignite the flame. So what could I tell you that you could work on? I think your traps need work because you have a big neck, you have big shoulders, but the traps that connect are not that good. If you had massive traps, that would make the entire package look even more significant. Your lats are already there. I cannot shit on you for abs because your six pack is pretty fucking perfect. Your chest is great. There's some gains to be made in the farm development area for sure. Your biceps could be bigger for sure. After that, shoulders, triceps, they're there. Your quads are there. Posture chain. So if you like want to go into like a big like bodybuilding arc where you really go forward, I would say focus on the yoke development, which is also going to grow your forearms. So yoke, forearms, and posture chain. And actually, all of these muscles work really well together. So you could try and like engineer a new program for you going forward for these muscles. And here we see the 5-year transformation. So that is 5 years. If you show that to like people on fucking Reddit, they say, oh, steroids. There is no way to go from this to this in 5 years. Yes, there is a way. It's just called training hard and having good genetics. Because again, this is someone who fucked around in the gym for 2 years, then was serious for 3 years. And that is like really fucking good. Like, look at how thick the arm is. And naturally, this is a pumped physique. I know that this is a pumped physique, but it's a really, really good physique. So that's 5 years, guys. You could be that guy. You could be a Joey, and you don't fucking know it. How many guys look like this and say, oh, I'm skinny fat, and there's no point in me lifting because I'll never go anywhere? 5 years later, this is what you look like. I think this is tremendous inspiration for natural lifting for everyone. Okay. Tremendous. Frankly, like, this is a great physique. This is inspiring as fuck. Best physique so far, I would agree. I think that this is the best physique so far. I think that in the folder we had physiques. Yeah, I think if I were to rank, Austin was up there too, and CalmThug was up there. So we had like these like our top 3s right there. Yeah, I think to me, 5 years is a realistic timeline for most adult and like teenage males. 5 years will make you look like a completely different person. All right, very good. Okay, how are you guys enjoying the stream so far? Are you having a good time? There's a lot of people on the stream. There's been some hiccups, but are you having a good Saturday? Yeah, good so far. Tremendous. Excellent. Because most likely this is going to become a recurring theme on the channel. It's going to be a new stream that is going to be recurrent every single month. And if you want to be reviewed, like I just reviewed our good friend Joey on stream live, you will have to wait for me to post a community post to say the entries and applications for the stream is open, and then you'll get to send it. Don't send it beforehand. If you send it beforehand, I'll give you a written review, but you will not appear on stream. Very important. Okay. And again, there's no discrimination. Big physique, small physique. I review anyone who is willing to be reviewed on stream if you're fine with being shown. Next, we have King Bob. And King Bob had a pretty good physique too, if I remember. So we have to close this, we have to close this, and we open King Bob. Yoke, Swole Pandas, what is the yoke? The yoke are the muscles of your shoulders and traps. So it's anything that like creates this shelf that's here. Yeah. And for his specific case, I was talking in particular about the traps. All right, let's do King Bob. So King Bob told me, so he sent me a bunch of pictures, and he told me, Goal Physique Silver Era, Steve Reeves. He's 5 feet 11, 200 pounds, 3 years of lifting, and he never cut in his life. So we're dealing with a perma bulker, which in my opinion, unless you start fat, is the way to go about it. And his first cut is going to be this summer. His best body parts are by far, I said body parts. His best body parts are by far his shoulders and upper back and calves. That is going to be for me to judge, my friend. And his arms are 16 inches. They're dwarfed by his shoulders. And he's running upper lower arms. Okay? And he's not watching the stream, so I can shit on him as much as I want because he will watch it afterwards and I already have his money. So he's 20, started lifting 3 years ago. He used to be overweight and he was 220 pounds. He cut and he loves the gym, which everyone who loves the gym is going to get a good physique, 100%. And then he has certain questions that I'm going to answer afterwards. All right, let us look at King Bob. Boom, and share. Okay, to see if there's no black stream. Okay, you can see. All right, so we have King Bob. All right, so first thing I see, indeed, you have a high body fat, but this is not within the range of someone who needs to cut all. Meaning that you could stay at that same body fat and keep making hypertrophy gains for the next 3 years if you want it. But you have a cut planned for summer of 2025, so that's great. You have a plan. Good, very good bicep development. We can see that the insertion is pretty good. You don't have a long insertion, but it's not short, and it's the best of both worlds in my opinion. Forearm is mugging the fuck out of the upper arm. Really good development. Despite not being lean, you have the separation right there, which is usually a sign that you're packing a lot of muscle. Tricep sweep could be better, but still there is a sweep, and that deserves to be said. You have very good shoulders, and so it makes your upper arm look a little bit tubey in comparison because of that. We can see the back popping out here in the back of the tank. And the traps, it's hard to judge from here, but they seem to be developed. This pose is actually pretty good. It does showcase the best aspects of your physique. Okay, then we see the back. All right, so large shoulders. So if your goal is the Silver Reef's physique, congratulations, you have what it takes. Remember what I said about forearms? Look at that. Look at this. That is a huge-ass forearm. Right, that is big as fuck, to the point that, again, it makes the bicep that is connected to it look small. So you're going to have to focus more on your upper arms. That being said, a lot of silver era guys were like that. It was sort of a look that they were going for. So if this is what you're going for, then keep going because this is good. The traps from the back I can finally see, and they're good. They're very developed. That's tremendous. You have good lats, good development. Triceps are good. Okay. So we see a decent amount of fat around the waist, but that's to be expected because you're bulking right now and you're at high body fat. The glutes are actually pretty big, actually. Yeah. They do seem to pop. So that's what we want. That's the entire point of developing that muscle. Calves, okay, someone who includes their calves, and you have. It's tough to say if you have good calves. I don't think you have good calves. I think that they're pumped and they're actively being trained. They look pretty small to me. And if you want the Steve Reeves physique, remember that Steve Reeves said that you have to have calves the size of your upper arms. Do you have 16 inches calves? If not, work harder on your calves. Okay? Huge issue with the chest development. Like that jumps to me. And you are clearly someone who is quote unquote back dominant. So your back is your strong suit, but the front needs help. The front just was ravaged by a hurricane and it needs food. It needs like clean water as soon as possible. Because if we look at your shoulders, they're really dominating, but then the chest is like poverty level, right? Again, I'm not mincing my words on this stream. I'm here to tell you the truth. You need to work on your chest more, right? And on the lats, right? Traps, and we already established traps upper back were ahead, but the lats are lacking. And if you want a Steve Reeves physique, you want to develop that. Core, what the fuck is going on here? Is this a washboard competition? Where is your core? You need to train your abs directly. Being in a bulked stage is no excuse to not have a six-pack. Yeah, this is no good. You need to train your core. Your traps are crazy good. Like, we get it, bro. You have good traps and you have good shoulders. I want to see lats, I want to see shoulders, and I want to see motherfucking abs. And when I look at your program, if you sent it to me, I'm going to like insist on these factors. All right, this is a good picture of you. Great picture of you. Going swimming, excellent. You look tremendous. Like just like to like put things back in perspective. This is a bodybuilding stream. Okay, this is a bodybuilder talking. If you go to the beach and you look like this, you are Mr. Jacked. Okay, you're Moto from like motherfucking what is that movie again? Madagascar. You look good. You look jacked. Like to normies, you are jacked. You are scientifically jacked. But you can be bigger than this and you can look better than this. I trust you. Yep. And then the shoulders again. This is King Bob. And the shoulders are there, but I want to see the rest developed. The biceps are actually pretty good. Yeah, you have that nice little separation here. The biceps are good too. But you know what you need to work on. Yeah. But see, that's also like, for a lot of people, the bulked physique is like, if you want something like this, a lot of people can get that. Like that is in the cards for most people. But I think that King Bob has good potential because he has very wide shoulders and he has what it takes for his goal physique. He has very wide clavicles. And he's speaking about specialization or putting muscle groups on the back burner. You can definitely sandbag on shoulders. You can definitely sandbag on traps. You need to focus more on abs, on lats, and on chest. These three areas should be reflected in your program. You did not send me your program, but for the future, use this as a point of reference. What was Joseph's routine? I missed it. Joseph. You mean Joey? I think Joey is supposed to be the shortening for Joseph. He did not send me his routine. So I do not know. I just know that he's been training for bodybuilding and that's pretty much that. Okay. Next up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we've only done like 8 people and there's more than that to go. So we really have to get going. Even though, I remind you guys, this stream doesn't have an end. It will end when I'm done. So if I'm done at midnight, I'm done at motherfucking midnight. Next entry is Lenus Cson. And from a name like this, you of course surmise that he is from Mexico. So Lenus Cson sent me his pictures and he said many things. And he actually sent more pictures afterwards. Actually, they're good pictures. Why the fuck did you wait to send me that? What? You look like a completely different person. What the fuck? Oh, and actually, oh no, I think you're smart. Okay, well, I'm going to do something that I don't like to do, but I think I'm going to have to because are these pictures? No, they're movies, and I cannot show you that. So actually, you're smart as fuck. All right, let me download that real quick. One, two. Oh, oui. Okay. Linus, actually, you are a genius. You sent me pictures because the videos don't work. You are on the ball, my friend. Ok, ça c'est parfait. Ça, c'est parfait. Ok. Putain. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just have to adapt and overcome. I cannot show you videos because YouTube fucking sucks. Okay. So we have Lenus Cson, whose file I'm opening right now. Ok. C'était chaud là. Qu'est-ce que you voulais encore? Ça, faut fermer. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Oh là là là, mais je fais des trucs. Ok. Sorry for that. Let's get it. Share screen. Window Lenus Cson. Yep. Okay. Why did you do that? What? C'est vraiment de la merde. Oh, c'est de la merde, YouTube. Je vous jure, c'est de la merde. YouTube Live is garbage. Like, I think I figured out why it went to black earlier. It's garbage. Jesus. Fuck. This site has a monopoly? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, it should be good now. Okay. So we see Lenus Cson. Zooming in, we can already see that's a garbage picture, but I understand. It's the first one. I have a bunch. Pretty good back, good insertions, and pretty lean. All right, good traps too. Okay. Lean physique, very developed quads. What are those though? I think I would prefer if you wore Crocs. Anyways, the quads are very developed. And again, this is typical of what I would expect most bodybuilders to look like, with a very developed outer quad and an underwhelmingly developed VMO. That is what my legs look like. That is what most people's legs look like. To balance that out, split squats, split squats, split squats. But a good upper body, but this is more for the legs. Okay, now we're talking. All right. It is the 8th century, and you are a Normand French soldier on the battlefield, and the Vikings just arrived, and this guy hits you with that pose. What do you do? If you're French, you surrender. Okay, we get it. Now you better understand why when the Vikings invaded Great Britain, a lot of women actually willingly went with them. They're like, yeah, I will go with the blonde demigod. Thank you very much. Thick ass neck. Like, this is when I tell you guys, like, yeah, a thick neck can make you look like a thumb, but it can also make you look like a total beast. And we're dealing with that phenomenon right there. Great shoulders. Like, this is a tremendously aesthetic physique right off the bat. The forearms are actually bigger. That they look at least bigger from this angle than the upper arm, especially the bicep. But that's a pretty cool look. And again, guys, this is interesting because this is not a shredded physique. Like, this is not a physique that is only maintainable for like a few weeks and then you're out. You can maintain that year round. Like, this is maintainable year round. Yeah, and this area here is what makes the physique. It's shoulders, triceps, upper chest, neck, and traps, of course. Okay, more. So, Jesus Christ, well, you have to chill with the sunburn, bro, because this is not good for you. You're going to get problems down the line. You are Scandinavian. You don't tan, you just get very red. But that shoulder sweep is out of this world. Like, a lot of people would see that and say, oh yeah, that's steroids. Like, you cannot look like this without steroids. Nonsense. This is what a natty delt can look like. It doesn't look puffed with air or with water like PED users delts, but it's swept and it's perfect. It's beautiful. And look at the connection with the tricep. This is what dreams are made of right there. Like, if I'm here, you can't even tell what these muscles are. That's a really good physique that you have, my friend. Very good physique. I would say maybe focus a little bit more on your ab development, because imagine that physique at that body fat with a full visible six-pack, with like obliques and with serratus development. That's game over. Like, we can all go home. That's it. That guy shows up to the pool party, we can all go home. No one is taking any woman home if this guy is present. Yeah. This is when I said that some people clearly have what could I say? An issue with showing their legs, and some people don't. The guy is like just like posing in his fucking boxes. You have that poor boomer over here that's like not even aware he's in the picture. You're on my stream, bro. But yeah, really good arms. You can see good chest, lots of mass in the chest. The arms are great. The arms seem to be pretty short, which tends to be a gift for bodybuilding because they look bigger. A great six-pack. Again, that could be your Tinder picture right there. Yeah, and more of the same. So, Jesus Christ, like really, really good delt and upper arm. And again, good legs. Remember, this is not a leg skipper. He has the total package. Look at that. That's good. The neck. I think maybe I don't know how old this picture is because the front of your neck is clearly developed, but maybe back of the neck needs more work. But outside of that, you have a lower back. Like it's not like your lower back skipper. Lats maybe could use some work. Lats and triceps. But even then, the triceps from the front were really sweepy. I think that this is a picture of you when you are higher body fat. So it would make sense that you're a little bit more blurry. And then I think we have, okay, one more. So you're very lean here. And then we have a picture of the guy doing pull-ups. Clearly, pull-ups do not train your lats at all, guy. It's all teres major, which means that pull-ups are a bad exercise for your lats. And for the people who are going to be asking, yes, I'm being sarcastic because some people actually do say that. Okay, so that was for our friend Lenus Cson, a son of Scandinavia. And that was a good physique. I think that you are in the contest for first place with Joey for who has the best physique today. Let's see, we have a balanced batch of people. I had people send me average physiques, people send me below average physiques, and people send me above average physique. That is above average. And I think that what you saw in these pictures was actually someone who was at a body fat that is still conducive to hypertrophy. He can still keep making good progress at that body fat, looking that good. There is no need to get fat. This is when I heard people like in the chat say, oh, is bulking cancelled? I don't give a fuck what the science guys have to say. A caloric surplus is your best weapon to make progress in the gym. A caloric surplus, not getting fat. The two are different. Okay, that was great. And thank you for being on the ball, Linus, and sending me pictures. Thankfully, the majority of people send pictures. All right, next entry, we have Lovely Cup of Tea, who said at the start of the stream, I cannot wait to see people get roasted. For those of you present here who are there for the last hypertrophy stream, Lovely Cup of Tea was the guy who sent me his program where every single lift was like 15 words. I hope you are looking forward to seeing the way that he looks like. Payback, bitch. It's time for payback. All right. So he sent me naturally messages on coffee. Let's see if he actually makes a case for himself or if he just makes it worse. Lovely cup of tea. I always like you always stand out because your fucking private picture is a toast for some reason. Also, you send me like fucking novels every single time. So he says, what does he say? He says, he knows he's got a long way to go before he's big. Don't try to preemptively shit on yourself. I'm going to roast the fuck out of you. He's 5'10" with orangutan arms, a short a short torso. His arms, calves are both 15 or so inches. Neck is 15 inches. And he used to be 196, and he's now 158. He trained shittily as a teen, as we all do, doing high volume, and since he's been actually taking more intensity into account. Okay, blah, blah, fucking blah. And he wants 18 inches arms, neck, calves, big traps, and a Brazilian what? A BBL type of ass, which I suppose is a huge ass. Okay. And then he says he's doing Mike Israel spinal flexion, 4-second eccentric deadlift, superset with trap shrugs, and then calf raises while listening to this stream. Tremendous. We'll see if that actually has panned out and if you have a good physique. And he wants TDs that make women super jealous. So essentially, you want everything. Okay, got it. And he went through a severe, I'm not going to read that. Apparently, he used to be depressed. This stream is going to make you feel better, bro, because I'm going to roast the fuck out of you. All right. Share screen. Boom. Okay. There we are. Here is our friend LovelyCuppaTea. So, one, yes, you are small. Two, yes, you do have the proportions of a spider. How long are your legs? Holy fuck. Long legs, long arms, and your torso is relatively short. Thank God your back insertions are not that bad. Because if they were like here, that's it. Like you can call it quits. Just kidding. Decently long insertion, so that's okay. Also, you don't have a large waist, which is good. And what stands out to me is the shoulders, because the arms, yes, are long, and so it makes them look smaller. The forearms in particular are starving, but I understand you have long forearms, so it's not really your fault. Why are you standing on your mom's couch as you take these pictures? Second question, was there a quinceañera recently? What the fuck is this in the back? Are you an Instagram influencer? Are you on TikTok? Are you making dance videos? What is this? All right, he censored his face, so we know he's not a real one. At least he's not on the couch anymore, so that's great. Good serratus development. The core needs work because you're pretty lean, like you're pretty small, so you should have more abs, and I don't see much. The chest needs work. If you want big TDs, you are going to have to focus on that. Great armpits, tremendous armpits. Let's zoom in a little bit for that. Yep. Why did you pick a robot? Are you on 4chan by all chance? Okay. All right. Double biceps, pretty much your best pose, if I remember correctly. Your bicep insertions are not bad, and that's thank God for that, because with long arms, if you had bad insertions, they would be just tremendously hard. You have good delts. Again, I think your delts might be your strongest point. Okay. Some we can see some shreds here. The triceps need work. Okay. You do have long insertions for your biceps, so thank God for that. All right. Okay, most muscular, if we can call it that. So you are typically someone who is at a stage where I would say this is a baseline and you're going to build from there. So your life for the next 5 years should be a very slow, conservative bulk. And for the love of God, stop doing the convoluted bullshit that I reviewed last stream on the review thing, because I don't think you need it. And there's another guy that's going to come later in the stream that is even worse than that. But you're also a good example of this. Okay, so that's a relaxed pose. Not many people sent me relaxed pose, but relaxed pose are important for me because you can't hide your weaknesses. So we do see that you used to be pretty big and you lost the weight because you have stretch marks. I have stretch marks too. It doesn't kill the aesthetic of your physique. Your shoulders are leveled, so that's good. Yeah, you just have to put on muscle now. Actually, when you're relaxed, your chest looks much better than when you flex it. Interesting. Okay, side chest. Yeah, decent chest. You have very short insertions. So if you wanted TDs, you're going to get TDs. You're going to get like a D cup, 100%. Okay. The issue when you do a vacuum and you don't have much mass is that it really doesn't do any favor for you. You just look like you're starving here. So maybe revisit the vacuum when you have more mass up there, and then it will make sense, because the point of a vacuum is to make the waist area look smaller, to make what's on top look bigger. It's not really working here. And that is the last picture from our friend. So Lovely, if you're on the chat, what do you think? I think that you are most likely someone who is going to be a bit anxious about potentially bulking because you used to be fat. You don't have to be. Just do it slowly and count your calories. You have a good starting point. You have some muscularity, and it's just up there. Are these picks through coffee? Yes, every pick is through coffee, but you cannot send it now. It's too late. I'm only reviewing people, and also no legs. You didn't show your legs. I wonder why. Why? Why didn't you show your legs? Yep. And you said that you're going to focus more on abs, which you should. Okay. Next up, is going to be Luca. And I know that Luca was on the stream. I don't know if he's still on the stream. And Luca is also an example of someone who has an average physique because he's pretty young, if I remember correctly. Okay. So, Luca. Luca. Qui m'a envoyé des messages. And it's very easy to find him in the coffee because he has a bleach profile pic. All right. So, Luca, you told me you started lifting at 107 pounds. And now you are 190 pounds. So you gained 80 pounds. That's tremendous. But you're not giving me a timeline, so I don't know like how long it took you. And you have 15 inches arms, 28 inches waist, and your goal is a great V taper with big arms. Well, you have a tiny waist, so we'll see if you can accomplish that after looking at your pictures. Let's take a look at Luca's picture. Okay. Luca went for the non-controversial use of the monkey emoji. We had the robot emoji, we had the smug winky emoji. That is a choice. 190 pounds, okay? Some quad development. Okay, the calves don't seem to be that developed. Abs are there, sort of ish, but since you are a high body fat, I surmise, that's still pretty decent development. The chest seems to be really lacking though. Up. Okay, better picture here. All right, so you have a very long torso, and your like chest is like maybe 1/3 of that. So typically for people like you, there's no three ways around it. You have to focus on core because my eyes go to your core. When you hit a front double bi, my eyes should be up here, but I was immediately looking at this because this is your longest segment. So this is what you need to work on. You have some fat around your waist, but it's because you are a high body fat, so it's normal. I suppose that the line is going to be straight once you cut. So you do have a pretty small waist. Again, waist size is structural. You might have fat on it, but if you cut, you're going to lose it. Good arms, but you're high body fat, so it's hard to judge how big they would get once you cut. Good delts. Triceps need work. Lats seem to be good. At least the sweep is good for that body fat, and the forearms need work. Okay. So is that the tattoo from Attack on Titan? Is this the warm thing? So we see again, you have a lot of fat around the waist, but that's to be expected. Not much definition in the back. You seem to have good erectors and good lats, but the traps seems to be lacking. The real delt seems to be lacking. I don't see much pop here. And your glutes seem to also be missing in action. You look like fat down there. Okay. Another change of emoji. You didn't stick to the monkey emoji. It's fine. I'm not going to cry. Good biceps. Okay, you have the vein showing. Shoulders, I would say, are like average. They're not standing out, but they're not bad. And then another emoji. Yeah, the biceps I think are I think you have very good potential for biceps, a good potential for size in particular. What is this guy doing in the back? He's playing with his socks. Okay. But look, he has 1, 2, 3 socks. Who needs 3 socks? That's a question that I will need an answer to as soon as possible. And the monkey is back. Okay, so that's your side chest, and we see, yeah, a lot of work needs to be put in here because compare your shoulder to your chest, there is an imbalance. But overall, this is the physique of someone who is getting started because that person is very young. And I think that if your goal, Luca, is a crazy V-taper, what I saw was a small waist. What I saw was good lats already at that level and good shoulders. So you can absolutely get that. You have what it takes to get that. You just have to keep training. Thank you for telling me to hydrate. Yes, guys, please hydrate. I'm not doing my body any favors by doing that. Why don't you stream on Twitch? Because it's already enough that I'm focusing all of my efforts on YouTube. If I start to like stream on Twitch and make videos on YouTube, it's not going to be conducive to me actually making good content for you guys. Now, I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to go look at the coffee page to check if people have sent questions and to answer these questions live. J'ai un mal de tête, les enfants. C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Okay, I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions. That was the 8th. Okay, no one sent questions. Tremendous. We're going to just continue then. Tremendous. Tremendous. And thank you for all of the people who are supporting the coffee page. It really means a lot because if I am to spend more time doing these streams for you, which take a lot of time and effort, that's what it takes. So thank you for guys. Thank you for that, guys. All right. Let's keep going. So the next entry is going to be Maru. Mohamed Brahmi, si tu veux envoyer des photos, il faut le faire la prochaine fois pour le prochain stream, c'est dans environ un mois. Oh, and Luca qui demande, should I cut or keep bulking for now? Luca, I think that you are at a stage where you can keep bulking. Absolutely, you can keep bulking. Just do a slow conservative bulk. Yes. All right, Maru is next. I think Maru is also someone who is pretty young. Up. And Maru sent me a few messages saying, I've been training for 3 years. I went from 115 pounds to 161 pounds at 5'8". And then he says, I swear my legs are fine. I just didn't have time to record them. Sure, we believe you. He also says, I've been training with his own plan. As a result, my first 1.5 years were extremely bad. And 1 year ago, I took a break for a few months. Okay. This is also the reason why when you start training, I recommend that you start on a program and that you don't start making your own program right off the bat because you don't have the data to make your own program. So let us look at what Maru, who went from 110 pounds to 160 pounds, which is 50 pounds of weight, 20 kilograms gained in 3 years, looks like. Up, share. Okay, so this is Maru's back. We see good width. All right, so good shoulder width, good lat spread. The waist compared to the lats is okay. There's not an issue with a big waist or anything. Forearms are small, triceps are lacking, but that's to be expected. The delts are surprisingly good. The real delts pop even from that position. The teres is pretty developed. That's a big back, right? When you bulk, usually that's the result that you can expect. What I'm very curious to see is the front, because looking at this, I see someone who is not high body fat, but we could actually be looking at someone who doesn't store fat in their back. And that's exactly that. So Maru, you're typically the type of person who has all of the fat that they store in the front of their body. And again, not trying to be mean, but this is not an aesthetic package because you have a lot of fat in areas that just make you look worse. So you carry a lot of fat in your lower abdomen, you carry a lot of fat around your chest, and you carry a lot of fat around your upper arms. So I think that you're the typical example of someone who bulked too fast, because 50 pounds in 3 years is very fast. And I know we've normalized this shit, but unless you're someone who are like deathly skinny, there was no reason to gain weight that fast, because most likely there's at least 20 pounds in there that just was pure fat that could have been avoided if you were more patient. Because now you're going to have to either slowly recomp out of this, or you're going to have to cut. And that's going to put a damper on your performance. And you already took a few months break. So we don't really want that for you. So that was an issue. Okay. Again, chest carries a lot of fat. And it's not needed for progression. That is true. You don't need to gain tremendous amounts of fat to progress for hypertrophy. And then the side chest hides some of that fat, so it's slightly better. The biceps are good. Frankly, the biceps seem to be good. You have a good bicep sweep. The forearm seems to be pretty good too. And then you have the last pose, and this is, unfortunately, it really reveals the weakness of your physique. Jesus Christ, what is this? Scared the shit out of me. Okay. Yeah. And this is someone who said that he's 5'11". So 73 kilograms at 5'11". You can expect in 5 years down the line to have a lean physique at that body weight with that height. But right now, I think you went a bit too hard on the bulk. So you need to either recomp, which will be slow, but if you're fine with the way you look, it's okay. And you're going to have to cut if it's something that is going to make you look better. 5'8", guys. I don't know why people say 5'11". He's 5'8". And he carries a lot of fat. So I'm not surprised that he is that heavy at that weight. But you are lifting, and if you just stick to it and you don't take breaks again, you will be just fine. Okay. Then we have Nuglas. Oh, and Nuglas had a very interesting physique because he had a specific body part that was hyperdominant. I'm not going to point it out. I just want to see if you guys can detect it from the pictures that I'm going to show you. I said 5'11". Sorry, guys. Like I know it sounds stupid, but streaming is actually very taxing, especially when you have to juggle all of this shit at the same time. Like it's actively like draining me, and so like the more the stream goes, the more tired I'm becoming. All right. So the next entry is by Nuglas, and I'm going to go find him in the coffee. Nuglas. Where are you? I think I saw him. Yes, I saw you. All right. Nuglas says, hey, I'm mainly doing an upper-lower split. However, fatigue from my physical job and night shifts had its effect. Yes, night shifts are extremely tiring. Almost all exercises were compound lifts, bench press, weighted pull-ups, squats, RDLs for legs. So this is someone who is hyper minimalistic in his approach to training. And he's saying he is 186 centimeters, so he's 6'1", and 87 kilograms. Okay, keep these stats in mind. 86 kilograms, 186 centimeters. And I opened his pictures. Up, window up, share. Okay. So, first off, did not think that censoring the bulge was needed. I respect Chad move 100%. I like the little background with the moons and everything, very cute. Do not leave stuff on your fucking radiator because it's fire hazard. And I like the kettlebell in the background. All right. That being said, let's look at the physique. So if I can maybe not zoom on the bulge, that would be great. Excellent. So here's an interesting physique because if you start from the top, holy fuck, that chest is developed. Very, very good chest. Good shoulders, decent traps, good back. Very good bicep. The tricep is when it starts to lag. Holy fuck, those forearms. Holy fuck, those forearms. Look at how thick they are. Jesus. I don't know like if you're a welder or anything. Okay, we're going to skip the bulge. Thank you very much. And then the legs. All right, let's play the game of are the two body parts connected. Look at the legs. Look at the upper body. Right. The legs are lagging behind big time. There is some hamstring, but the quads are non-existent. The calves are pretty small too. Then we have the most muscular, and this is where you can really see that there's an issue because, okay, look at that. Like, it's interesting because it goes like through stages. This is S tier. Even the jawline is fucking S tier. Like, huge straps, good, like, rounded shoulders, tremendous biceps, very good chest. And then you start to go a little bit down. The lats are not exactly what they should be. Not really off obliques. Where are your abs? Like, look at how lean you are, because this is a lean physique. You should have a full six-pack. So you really need to focus on that. There should be an emphasis on the core. Also, what the fuck? Look at that forearm. That is insane. Like, look at how deep the insertion is. That is really, really good. That is your genetic gift. The forearms are mugging the upper arm easily. Okay. Then we have the problem area. You have the legs. You know how like when I used to be a kid, I was 9 years old. I used to play soccer. Everyone had these like tube legs. You have that going on for you. I don't know if you're okay with that, but it would make your physique look so much better. Your calves are actually not that bad, but like just having bigger legs would make you look better. You don't have to have tree trunks, but more than that, I shit you not, it might lead to problems with mobility down the line. Okay, all right. Once again, like the upper area is like S tier, and then it's like it starts to go to hell when we start to go down. But this is a very good upper body. Keep in mind that this is a tall guy. He's 6'1", 80 kilograms, so he's on the lean side. He's pretty light for someone that tall. And then we have this picture that I really wanted to show you guys. Look at that. The forms stand out on the physique because they don't look like they belong. One byproduct, however, of being that lean at that height is that, yeah, you have good back definition, but you're very thin. You really like a lot of fitness, a lot of thickness, and that will only come through bulk. So you are someone who I think is in a prime position to bulk. Now I understand that you're very tired by your night shifts, and I understand that. But one, bulking will give you more energy because you'll get more calories, and two, you can just have more intense sessions and just less frequent because you have a lot of potential. Like, I do not think that you, my friend Nuglas, are someone who has bad potential for legs. I think that you're just someone who doesn't eat very much and who doesn't train their legs very much. But that was interesting. I don't think it's camera shenanigans. I really don't think so. I think his legs are really that small. So yeah, tremendous. For me, it's so interesting to see, like, first off, to be able to put a physique on the names, but also to see like the wide discrepancy in physiques. Before I forget, if you guys are going to watch the resharing of the stream afterwards and you have the dedication for it, if you could tag like when every single person appears on the stream, and if you could also tag when the black screens happen for the people who are going to rewatch afterwards, so they don't have to go through the cringe, or maybe the cringe is part of the comedy, I don't know. How to get your physique evaluated? You either send a physique review demand, quote unquote, on the coffee page that is in the link in the description and plugged, or you wait, because if you send it now, you'll get a written review. It will not be on the stream. Are we getting paid to do that? You're getting paid with my time. I'm here. That's your payment. All right. Next, we have Primus. And Primus sent me 2 pictures. Guys, if you pay for the service, you can send as many pictures as you want. 2 pictures is not going to get you much. But okay, that's your money. If you want to just spend it like that, you can. Okay, so Primus told me, go physique, some hybrid between Toji and Tokita Oma, some combination of lean and aesthetic and athletic. He doesn't care about his legs. Okay, I've started to realize that I have an audience of leg skippers. Sure. He's been training for 2.5 years, program hopping, so it's in reality maybe 1 year tops. And he's forced himself to recomp until at least 80% of his meals were home cooked, and he was able to achieve that. And now he's looking to cut or bulk, but unsure what to do. Okay, I'm going to tell you then. Okay, and he says, I fucked up my body real bad due to being an idiot and doing strong lifts 5x5, which is a garbage program for hypertrophy. And he's trying to recover from it. Okay, so I'm not going to be too harsh because you fell for the powerlifting meme. That's okay. He has a 32 inches waist, so it's very large. It's almost as big as mine. And he has 13 inches arms. He does weight. Okay, so that I'm going to read afterwards because it's relevant information after we see your physique. But again, you sent me 2 pictures. So I'm going to open your file because I have a file with your names. So you better behave. Okay, your file is open. Okay, let's share Primus. Boom. 32 inches is large if your upper body is small, just like to put it into context. Okay. Boom. So we have Primus. I'm going to check to see if there's no black screen. There is no black screen. See, I'm on top of it, guys. Okay. So thank you for that. I'm going to zoom in. So yes, you do have a large waist, but the good thing is that you have a large waist because you have a lot of fat here. Like if we follow the line of your waist should stop here-ish. So that's okay. It means that if you lose the fat, you have no definition in your back, but the picture quality is garbage. You have overwhelmingly developed delts compared to the rest because you have almost no development in your arms, very small forearm. So that's picture number 1. Your traps seem to be there, but that's mostly fat, which is going to be honest. And here, first off, beautiful. I don't know if these are carpets or pillows with elephants. How much do you sell them, Primus? Let me know. I'm interested. They would go well in my living room. You also have these little things, so you have a fireplace. Okay. He precises flexed. Okay. Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You are skinny fat, and you don't have much muscle at all on your frame. Meaning that you are typically in a position where if you wanted to like just do like a drastic cut to start from a clean slate, you could, because it's not going to hinder you much. You're at a stage in your, I think you're a novice. We're going to get back to that, but you should be in a stage where you should be able to gain muscle on a deficit, on a surplus, on recomp. It really does not matter. Okay, now we're going to see if I'm a dick and the guy actually has been training for 15 years. Sharing. Okay. And of course, people in the chat are happy because finally someone that is smaller than you. It's not very nice. Okay. So I think he told me, so he trained for 2.5 years. See, this is the thing, guys. He trained for 2.5 years, but he did strong lift. So essentially he did nothing. And now he's going to have to rebuild from scratch because I'm going to be honest with you, Primus, to me, you're just getting started. You've been lifting for 3 years, but you are at the start of your novice stage. I say that to make you hopeful, to make you realize that your body is not going to look like this for as long as you live. And it's not that you're a non-responder. Some people would look at this body and say, oh, a non-responder. Nonsense. How can you respond to an absence of stimulus? Primus, you have to take a good hard look at your program and you have to just keep training hard. You're telling me you're doing weighted dips with 25 pounds for 8 reps, hammer curls for 27 pounds for 10 reps, weighted chin-ups for 10 pounds, 8 reps. Press is slow. You bench 100 pounds, 140 pounds for 8 reps. Dumbbell overhead press 40 pounds for 8 reps. You are a novice. There is nothing wrong with being a novice. The only place you have to go forward is up. That is my review of your physique. Don't overcomplicate it. You just have to gain muscle. Okay, that was for Primus. Then we have Rain. And Rain is also someone who apparently does not have a mirror at home because he takes pictures either from the gym or from like a weird mirror / window thingy. So we're going to get to you, Rain. First, I have to shut Primus down. What did I fucking do? Okay. Up. I opened Rain. Up. Up. Yeah, tremendous. So, Rain, what did you send me on coffee? And you sent me more pictures afterwards that I'm not going to be able to use. Actually, you sent me a picture of your back. That is a much better picture that you used to send me, so I'm going to use this one. Okay. Up. Up. Okay. So Rain tells me... Okay, he sent me 1 million messages too. Okay. I've been lifting for 2 years and 8 months, so 3 years. The majority of people who have sent me their messages have been training for 3 years. First year, he trained like a CC, so he didn't really want to count it. Okay, sure. And he started to do bold Omni-Man training now, all right? And he has multiple pictures he sent me, one before the bulk and one after the bulk. I'm going to show you these pictures because I think they're very relevant and they're going to make you want to bulk. And then we have his strong points are quads and chest. And he has 15 inches arms, 16 inches neck, 31, 32 inches waist, and 24 inches quads. So the quads seem to be extremely overpowering. The thing that bothers him the most about his physique is a lot of fat on his love handles. Don't we all? And he ends by saying he's 5'7", so he is a short king. All right, we have all of the information. Now we can actually look at the pictures that Rain sent me. Share. Okay. Checking to see if there's black screen. No, perfect. All right. What did I just do? Okay. So, as I just said, just based on the measurement, I was able to immediately assess that his legs were going to be dominant, and they are. Very dominant quad if you compare to the rest of the body. You are indeed bulking. You are high body fat, maybe around 18, 19, even 20%, but you're not fat. Like for the average population, this is normal. And this is not a range that is bad for your health either or for progression. So we're all good there. Okay. Then we have your back. So indeed, your waist is pretty big. Because if we compare your shoulder width to your waist size, the ratio is not in your favor. The good thing being that once you cut, that shoulder ratio stays the same, but the waist ratio goes down. So that's something that you can look forward to. But this is a bulked physique. You can see a lot of glycogen accumulation in the shoulders. So he's very puffed up. He's very big. It's not necessarily muscle mass, but it's a bulked physique. Then we have the arms. Okay, so you have actually pretty good development in your brachioradialis. That's good. You have some start of a tricep sweep. Start. The shoulders, it's tough to see from that angle. I would say maybe a little bit underwhelming. The lats and the teres seem to be developed. Complete absence of abs. You need to isolate your abs. Bulking is not an excuse to not isolate your abs. And then you have mediocre forearms, but that is to be expected from someone who is in their third year of training. Then we have your arms again. So the chest also needs work. The chest needs to be brought up big time. The traps seem to be good. And the shoulders from the Sengo I can see are just average. They don't stand out, but they're not bad. The chest, however, stands out. And this is when we get to the pictures I was taking to you about telling you why you should bulk. This is the pic before the bulk. Okay. So you can see high body fat still. Some would say skinny fat. Some arm development, no chest, no abs. Traps are really lacking here. And then we go to the bulk. To me, that's night and day. Honestly, I'm not being hyperbolic. Between this and this, this is much better, even if it's slightly higher body fat, because you gain size. Like I don't see a gain of almost 10 pounds of fat here. I see a decent amount of lean mass, especially in the shoulder area and the traps area and the lats. So I think your bulk was not misguided. And if we are to compare your waist size, look at your waist here and look at your waist here. They're not that different. Honestly, they're not that different. And then we have the last picture that I just downloaded. And I don't know when you took that, but I don't know if it's lighting or anything. You look leaner here. Again, yes, your waist is pretty big, but you look slightly leaner. But you have some mass, you have a lot of fat. So here is what I would say in your case. You just ended a bulk that to me was productive. Now you have two choices. I do not think it's a good idea for you to keep bulking. I think that you are at a point where you should either start doing a cut and then start bulking again afterwards, or recomp if you're fine with your body the way it is. If you want to get rid of that excess fat around your waist, and because it's fucking with your head, something like an aggressive cut can do it. Now, I'm not Mr. Cut. I don't have methodologies for cut. If you're looking for that, guys like GVS, guys like Alex Leonidas, do that. That's their thing. They gain a lot of fat and a lot of weight fast, and then they lose it fast. And I say fast. GVS, not that much anymore, but Alex, it's really his thing. So if you want a protocol to follow, check out these guys. I cannot help you with that. But your physique is below average, to be expected from someone who started training recently. Your legs are really dominant. If you keep training them, they're going to really dwarf the rest of your physique. So if you want to take a step back on them to be more balanced, you can. But that is entirely your choice. Alex, okay, sorry. I keep thinking that you guys know everyone that I know. Alex Leonidas, ex Alpha Destiny, who follows an aggressive method of bulking and cutting where he tends to go from 150, 160 ish to 180, 190 ish very quickly. And he makes good gains. And then he loses the fat very quickly too. Mm-hmm. And that picture, according to me, is below average. Meaning that I would expect the average person, the average male in the gym to look better than that. I'm not taking into account, of course, the fact that this is someone who's very young and who just got started. If you have not sent your picture already, you cannot send it for today. I'm just repeating for the people who are arriving, seeing me review people. It's people who have sent their pictures within the last 48 hours. So that I could already vet all of them. All right. Next entry is going to be Roman. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people left. Okay. Okay. So Roman sent me one picture. And Roman is the guy who last hypertrophy stream sent me the fucking laundry list program where he does like 40 exercises. What do you think he looks like? Do you think we're going to deal with someone who was like the guys before who like are going to be jacked or anything? No introduction needed. I'm going to just go straight into the thing. Okay. Why is it loading that much? What did you send me? Oh, it's a video? Oh, it's a video. And on top of that, he sent me a video. Well, I mean, fuck it. I'm going to show you the video. It's going to be laggy. I don't give a fuck. All right. Let's see. Window. Okay. I think you can see. Yes, you can see. All right. I don't mean to be a dick, but like, this is someone who, like, if you told me that guy has never lifted in his life, I would be like, yeah, 100%. Do you want me to go back and review his program again? I don't know if this counts as bullying and if the channel is going to be deleted. Let me find his program again. Roman. Okay. Okay. On lower body, hip thrusts, dumbbell wrist extensions, hip thrust again, dumbbell wrist extensions, neck. I can't even read what he sent me. Bulgarian split squat, neck extension, barbell back squat, dumbbell reverse curl, leg extensions, neck curl, dumbbell forearm finger curl, kneading cable crunch. It just keeps on fucking going. Like, on upper body, rope shorten push down, unilateral hammer curl with a fucking like rope, straight bar lengthen overhead extension, straight bar lengthen curl, dumbbell shorten lateral raise, dumbbell pull over, mid-range cable lateral raise, pull-ups, dumbbell overhead press. You don't need all of that shit. Like, straight up. Like, please. Like, let's do away with all of these YouTubers who are over complexifying the game to the point that they have novices doing all of that. As a novice, literally, you pick 4 to 5 movements on a given day, you take them to failure, and you progressively overload. Like, I know I sound like a minimalist right there, but that's the way to do it. You should only complexify and become a maximalist in order to gain more. I don't know. Like, it's beyond me. I don't know if I'm being trolled, but like it is beyond me. Okay. Next entry, we have Roy Bass. And Roy Bass is a different type of beast. Okay. So, Roy Bass. Let me open that up. Excellent. So, Roy Bass. What did he send me? What did he tell me? Roy Bass. Boy. Ah, yes. He has a penguin as a profile picture. I remember that. Okay. So he sent me his pictures and he told me, I started with your novice program back in August 2023 and did it for 2 months. And so essentially he's been training for roughly 2 years. He's 80 centimeters, so he's 5 feet 11. He is 91 kilograms, so he's 200. Yeah, he's 200 pounds. And he feels like he needs to cut. He feels like a lot of his muscle groups are lagging and he only has a decent chest and shoulders with a good lower body. And he says, sorry, I didn't send pics of lower body because it was overpowering my upper. Okay, sure. So you have a big ass and big glutes. All right, we're going to take your word for it. Why would you lie? GGTT, share screen. I almost clicked on end stream. Rup, share. Okay. Perfect. So, what do we see here? We see someone who has a high body fat, who doesn't have much muscular development at all, but that's his second year of lifting. Strong points, biceps and shoulders. They seem to be pretty decent. I can't rejudge the traps from that angle. You say your legs are well developed, but a simple zoom indicates that this might be a lie. So I don't know if like your quad sweep is like very conveniently hidden by the shorts or anything, but okay. All right. So this is not a super high body fat physique. Like, you have to, like, guys, you have to know that this is most likely like 18%, but this is what happens when you have a high body fat and low muscle mass. You can, the same exact guy, if he gains 20 pounds of lean mass, will look leaner at the same body weight and at the same body fat, sorry. So at a higher body weight, at a higher motherfucker, at a higher body weight with the same body fat, he would look better. And that's sort of the point of bulking, by the way. It's not to gain fat, it's to gain the muscle that makes the fat look better. The love handles are not that terrible. The chest is really underwhelming. The lats are underwhelming, so that needs work. Okay. Yeah, the back width is not great, but not horrible either. The arms are thick, but I surmise it's mostly fat. And you tell me you have like good glute development, but I don't see that. Because like at that body fat, you should have like a cake. And I don't see cake. I see biscuits. Okay, most muscular. You have been blessed with the hairy gene. Shout out to all of my Greeks, Lebanese people, Portuguese people in the chat. Your chest needs work, as I said. You have a lot of fat in the area. You need to train your abs directly. Okay. So this is also sort of the curse of having low muscle and high body fat. Because I guarantee you that you, my friend Roy, would look much better if you cut down. So I do think that you are in a situation where a cut is in order. Like you can prioritize a cut. You will most likely still be able to make muscle gains on a cut because you are still a novice. So there is no need to overthink this. To me, your path forward is a cut. Cut down to 80 kilos and assess from there. You have easily 10 kilograms of fat to lose with no damages to your performance. Yeah. And see, this is the thing too, is like the novice phase for a lot of people will be done within a year, but not everyone. Because if you program hope, if you do bad programs, if you're not committed, that can extend. Some people stay novices for 3-4 years. Like Roy right there, no shade, is still a novice in my book. And out of all of the people, actually, I have the list right there, so I can tell you. If I go into physiques, I have a decent memory. Out of all of the people, Agriold was most likely early intermediate. Austin was a solid intermediate. CalmThug was a late intermediate. Dave, I don't remember. Onzu was late novice, early intermediate. Jack, I don't remember. Joey was advanced. King Bob was a perfect example of someone who was a solid intermediate. Lenus was an early advanced. LovelyCuppaTea, I'm not even going to say it. LovelyCuppaTea, Luca, Maru, Nuglas, Primus, Rain, Roman, Robas, you're all in the same ball game. You're like in the waters of the novice stage. Okay, so the next one we have is RS Still. I know who RS Still is because his communication style is unhinged. He sends me like 50 messages. This is so long. It's not over. It is absolutely not over yet. We'll still have 700 people. It's getting dark outside. Can you see it? I surmise that if you're still there that numerous, it's because you're having a good time. Since like it's not like you guys are waiting for your physique to be reviewed anyways. All right. Next one is, as I said, RS Steel. And RS Steel, I'm not going to read all of your messages, dude, because you send way too many messages. But I'm going to read what is relevant to the review. So, okay. RS Steel tells me he thinks he's 13% body fat. We'll see if that is correct. He's been lifting for 3 years. So the same water of the rest of the guys that we just reviewed. Keeping in mind, it's going to be relevant. He used to be obese, 130 kilograms, so close to 300 pounds. And he dropped from 130 kilograms to 64. He essentially lost half of his body weight. And then he bulked up to 77 kilos. And now he is 70 kilograms and he wants to bulk to 80 kilograms. I'm going to show you the pictures. You're going to be shocked. Okay. And he says also be critical in the stream. You don't have to tell me that I'm French. I'm, of course, going to be critical. It's in my veins. Okay. Closing that. Opening RS Steel. If you want to send a picture for a review, you either pledge a membership or you do the donation. Up to you. Okay. Boom. Still share screen. Window. And share. Okay. So, first off, this is someone that used to be 130 kilos, 300 pounds. He's now 70 kilos. I am very happy with the complete lack of what is the term exactly? Loose skin. He doesn't have loose skin, and he doesn't have love handles or anything bad. So, congratulations, you were obese and you went back from the dead, quite literally, with a package that is salvageable. Yeah, not lean, not shredded, but damn, like this is like 14% body fat, maybe 15% body fat. I wouldn't say 13, but maybe around these waters. Good, decent triceps. I mean, you are still small, but I see good trap development. The lats need to catch up to that. You seem to have good lat potential, but they need to grow. Okay. That's an interesting way to pose. I don't know if it's a frog pose or if you're trying to like, if it's your French heritage that is coming through, you're trying to like make me root for you. I don't know. You have very good legs, which I'm not surprised because you used to be fat. Look at that. Look at these calves. That's from being fat. That guy does not train calves. I see an issue with this. Not only are you posing like a frog, you also have a start of a frog physique, meaning that your lower body is starting to overpower your upper body. You need to chill on squats and you need to focus more on the upper body. But up there, if I showed that picture to anyone, no one would be able to guess that you used to be obese. So that's good. You have, unfortunately, this of loose skin that pretty much every single obese person gets, but that's not the end of the wood. Okay. And on top of that, it's not even that visible when you flex. Good biceps, good shoulders. Your neck is small. You need to train your necks as soon as possible. Your lats are sending just signals of distress. Also, did you lock yourself in the bathroom to take these pictures? And chest. Lats and chest. You're going to change your first and last name by lats and chest. That's your new thing. Okay. Boom. Do you guys believe that shit? That's what he used to look like. Okay. Perspective, people. Look at this. That used to be him. He lost a person in body weight. Look at that. That was someone who was not healthy and I would suppose not happy. So tremendous, tremendous work. From 130 kilo to 64 kilograms. Excellent job. I commend you for that because you did something that is much harder than getting jacked, is to shed your past fat self. Some people are stuck as their past fat self forever, and you're out of that. Chat, a big round of applause for Rocky. Look at that. I see aesthetic lines in this physique. I see someone who, if you stick to lifting and you stop overthinking so much, bro, you send me so many audio messages asking me, what about this? What about that? Keep fucking lifting. It's working. This used to be you. Okay? This is you now. You have what it takes to be aesthetic. Don't doubt yourself. Chill on those fucking squats. Your quads are way too big. Focus on this. I guarantee you have what it takes to look really aesthetic. You are right at the point where you have just the perfect starting package for that. Yep. Triceps need work. As I told you, it's triceps and chest and lats. That. Pretty inspiring in my opinion. Yeah. And that's also, it's so dark in here. I mean, it's like a comfy atmosphere. And he will continue to improve. So mad props for him. Would I place him novice? I think this is someone that is at the end of the novice stage and about to enter early intermediate. But see, we have examples of many people. We had a Scandinavian Chad who looked like he could steal your girlfriend. We had the guy with like Popeye forearms. We have a bunch of novices who overthink shit. And we have people who used to be obese and now look pretty fucking good. Tremendous. Okay. So that was... We're all gonna make it. That was for us still. Then we have Sammy. And Sammy only sent me 3 pictures, but we're going to stay on theme. Because Sammy also used to be fat. Oh, actually, let me go check. Because I think Sammy was someone who did not want to be shown on stream. Let me go check. No. He wants to be on the stream. Okay. Never mind, Sammy. You don't have to send me anything. And he sent me a new picture recently, and that's a good picture, so I'm going to download it and add it to the file. Sammy, I'm adding it to your file. Do you feel bad? Up. You can show me. Absolutely, I will show you, Sammy. Don't you worry, bro. You will be shown. I will expose you to the world. Boom. Perfect. Boom. Boom. Okay, so Sammy, what did Sammy tell me? Sammy told me a lot of things. Sammy told me... No, you sent me all of the pictures. I just didn't save the pictures of your program, Sammy. It's fine. I'm talking about the pictures of your body. People are not interested in me showing them like a black background with like a Word document on it. I think. Let me know in the chat if you would be interested. All right. So Sammy wrestled in high school, and that was 10 years ago. So he's 29, and he was never really serious about weightlifting until the past 3 years. So typical, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sammy, someone who was an high school athlete and then just completely stopped being physically active and became very fat because of that. Because when you used to be a wrestler, you used to eat a lot of food to fuel your wrestling, and you ate just as much food when you stopped wrestling. And that leads to people becoming fat. So when people say, oh, it's muscle that turns to fat, no, it's caloric surplus that turns to fat. That is the truth. Okay, he didn't really give a fuck about the gym because his wrestling coach made him do the big 3, which is pretty fucking useless. And so he was discouraged. And that's pretty much that. And he discovered the channel, started bodybuilding, and now he just wants to be as big and muscular as possible. And he needs to have good cardio and the ability to run people down because he's a cop. Well, I'm happy to learn that a cop that used to be obese actually made the effort to become jacked. I want more jacked cops. You can put that on a t-shirt. And he didn't post legs, and he admits it because he doesn't care about them. All right, at least you are honest. He doesn't give a fuck about legs. Excellent. And his measurements are 16.5 inches neck, 16.33 inches arms, 29.5 inches waist. So that's small-ish. Quads 23 inches, so that's not that small. And calves are 17 inches. Yes. All right. I have all of the information about Sammy, and now I can share the pictures. Share screen, window. Yeah, I'm hyping you guys up. Up. Oh, I'm so hungry. It's okay, stomach. We're gonna go eat soon. I promise. All right. Let's do it. Okay. So that is a picture of Sammy after he lost all of the weight. So that's after fatness Sammy. And this to me is the quintessential skinny fat physique. Like if you go to a dictionary and you look at skinny fat, this is what you're going to see. Because tons of fat around the abdomen, tons of fat around the chest, no real muscle mass at all. And this is what you can expect to look like if you are really fat and you lose the weight without lifting weights. Because if you just do a caloric deficit, sure, you'll lose the fat. But if you do the 2 at the same time, you'll have the benefits of having some muscle firmness underneath that. Also, holy fuck, you're hairy. Let's see. So that was when he's jacked. Let's see. Oh, sorry. So that was Sammy when he was fat. That's fat Sammy. I don't know how heavy you were back then, but yeah. Lots of fat to be lost. So from this to this, that's already a lot of work, right? And that's what most skinny fat people will have to go through, unfortunately. Then we have the transformation. Look at that. That vein is cool as fuck. If a cop pulls you over and he gives you that look, you know you're spending night in jail. You're cooked. But frankly, if I show you that guy and I tell you, hey, same guy, do you believe me? That's a crazy transformation. Right? And naturally, you fuck around, you mistreat your body, you're going to keep some loose skin around your waist, but who gives a fuck? He looks a million times better. And even just look at the facial aesthetics. Like, that's a good looking guy. That's a masculine looking guy. I don't know what that is. So, Sammy, huge props. Your transformation is excellent. You're at a stage where you're pretty fucking lean right now. Now, the issue with this picture is that it doesn't reveal much, but thankfully you sent a new picture. So, the new picture of Sammy. Okay, again, compare these two pictures. Right? Look at how big his arms are. Look at how small his arms looked when they were higher in measurements, but he was fat. So that's, yeah, very good, like very good vascularity. I'm certain that for someone that used to be fat, having that level of vascularity in your arms must feel pretty fucking good. And you're a beast. Like, you have a lot of mass here. Your upper body is a tank. I understand that you don't give a fuck about legs and you're wearing shorts, so we don't see them, but that's good. Like, what I would say maybe in terms of criticism is focus on triceps more to get the sweep. Your lats seems to be pretty good. Your shoulders are good. Your biceps are good. Neck is big. Forearms are big. Since I can't see the rest, I can't really criticize on it, but like, I think the entire point of this entry in particular is not that. It's more to focus on your tremendous journey from fat to skinny fat to jacked. Like, let me know in the chat if I'm mistaken. I think the majority of people would say, yeah, this guy is pretty fucking jacked. This physique is top 10 percentile in most commercial gyms. If you go to a commercial gym and you look like Sammy, you are the big guy in the gym. Just to like put it back in perspective. This is someone who I think is a solid late intermediate. Huge round of applause for Sammy in the chat. And I don't know if you told me your height, because people in the chat are asking about your height. He looks pretty tall to me. Looks like a tall guy to me. Okay. Very good, very good. All right. How is everyone doing in the chat? I cannot feel my ass. My ass is falling off. Actually, talking about ass, I'm going to stand up and turn the light on. Do not make fun of my pajamas. Oh, yes, I have pants on. Ah, it's so much better with the light on. Vous avez vu le gros boulard que j'ai quand même? C'est du boulard, hein? Attention, hein? Okay. My wife got me these pants. If you make fun of the pants, you're getting banned, because my wife got these for me. Okay. I think I'm further away from the mic for some reason. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay. I think we have a few entries left. And the next entry that we have, yeah, the pillow is very comfy. Very important for our back support. Yeah, my wife is making my shopping for me. Scott Boyd is the next entry on the list. And Scott is very interesting because he's an older gentleman who also sent me pictures of his gym. And the pictures are pretty fucking cool. I'm going to share them with you guys. So... okay, we're going to start with that. Up. Opening Scott, and I'm going to go. I don't think Scott told me much about his circumstances. Scott. Scott, where are you, Scott? I'm losing you, Scott. Did he delete his message? Am I just dumb? What the fuck? Ah, I'm just dumb. Confirmed. Okay. So Scott sent me everything, and he said he's 55-year-old, so he is the senior of the stream so far. And he's been training on and off since he was about 14. So we're dealing with someone who's been training for 40 years, and he's 55. He's at the age where most people would tell you, oh yeah, like you're going to lose all of your muscles and there's no point training. He's done bodybuilding style training until 25, powerlifting from 25 to 27, and no training from 27 to 48. So this is someone who used to train, took 20 years off, and started training again since the age of 50. So 5 years ago. And he told me that he spends the winters in Thailand because it's warmer, I suppose. And he trains in a gym that he built for himself. Okay, excellent. He is 5'10", 190 pounds. He has 7 inches wrist, a 17-inch neck, 15-inch arms, 13 inches forearms. And then I'll share his PRs and shit like this afterwards. But first, I'm going to show you Scott's physique. Ah, the webcam is doing shenanigans again. Okay, fuck you. What the fuck? Voilà. Share screen. Window. Surprise panty shots. Guess you guys didn't expect that, huh? Okay. So again, some people have absolutely no issue showing off their underwear, and I vibe with these people big time. So, good quads. You can tell, like, if I didn't tell you guys that this is an older gentleman, you can tell just from the knees. It's funny how much the knees of a human reveal about their age. They get all wrinkly and shit when you get older. But lean legs, good quad development, very good VMO. You can, like, people say teardrop. Talk about teardrop. You can literally see, like, the exact teardrop. I don't know how we pronounce it. But these are good quads. All right, we're ready for the jump scare? Boom! He looks exactly like Vince McMahon, and in my mouth, this is a compliment. So you can see indeed that 15 inches arms, when you're decently lean, is fairly small. He does have small upper arms. But in general, I would say that this is a good example of someone who clearly has spent a lot more time developing their core muscles and the chest and everything and the shoulders rather than the limbs and the shoulder and the limbs and the forearms are actually pretty jacked, but I think it's because they're very lean. Again, guys, this is a guy who is 55 and he didn't train for 20 years, most likely to build a family or a business or whatever. He likes Iron Maiden, so we know he's a real one. Okay, good traps, good neck, the stare, Jesus Christ. I swear I do not intend to do anything to you or your collection of vinyls. You scare me very much. Then we have the gym, because Scott was nice enough to send me pictures of the gym that he built. So this is his pull-up bar, I surmise, an actual fucking bamboo stick that is just resting on, like, I would not trust my fat ass on these things. I would be way too afraid of the entire structure just collapsing on me. But sure, you have a lot of faith, apparently, Scott. Then we have literal makeshift weights. The guy told me he makes his own weights because they're too expensive in Thailand for some reason. So the guy made concrete plates. I would not trust that bench with my life, to be honest. It's way too small. But you do you. You're 55. Maybe you're ready to end it all. Yeah, that's actually a very comfy gym environment. Okay, more a squat rack made of bamboo sticks that are put in buckets with cement. Rogue is going to go out of business with this guy. Right? What are you talking about? A $400 squat stance? I'm just going to get a $20 bamboo stance. What the fuck are you going to do about it? More concrete plates. I don't know what these shares are for. I really hope they're not there as a safety measure to catch the weight if you fall on squat. Scott, please tell me that they're not there for that. Please tell me that they're supposed to be a safety measure. I'm very, very afraid. Okay? You look a million times younger in this picture. I don't know what the fuck happened. You seem to have an interesting relationship with that bamboo. Look at that look of just pure love and that firm grasp on the bamboo. Damn, it's getting hot in here. But that's a 55-year-old man. Like I would be happy if I look like that at 55. If I'm still alive at 55, it's already an achievement, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, proof again that lifting weights preserve. Looks very happy. Look at these calves. I think this guy is a dad. That's the only explanation I have for these calves. And by the way, shitty fucking calves insertions. So for all those of you who are using your calf insertions as an excuse, there is no excuse. Because that's what you can get with shitty insertions. So imagine with good insertions. Quote unquote good insertions. Okay, his back. The back is, I mean, there's a complete absence of muscle definition. So I'm not 55. I can't explain. Maybe it's like people say, well, when you age, definition goes away. Maybe that's that. The arms are still very well defined. You can literally see like triceps striations. But the back, like, I don't know if it's just an absence of training the back directly. That looks like it to me, but maybe I'm wrong. And that is that. That was for Scott. But he does look great for his age. He does. And I think we should all take a example. All right. How many entries do we have left? We have 2 entries left, one of which is pretty fucking funny. Actually, the next one is pretty fucking funny for one picture in particular that I received that I'm going to save for last. So we're going to close Scott. But I just want to say that I think the stream has been going pretty well. I think that even though, yes, okay, there were some issues with technology that were completely outside of my control, it's okay, right? Like the showing of the pictures is actually good. I'm trying to get you guys to reassure me. Please reassure me. Yeah, all good. I didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't my fault. I'm not retarded. Okay, thank you. You're very nice. You're very nice. Thank you for reassuring me and feeding into my cope. It's not me that's wrong. It's the fucking computer. Nah, we're going to do this shit again. 100%. So if you watch this stream and you're like, I want to be next, that's cool. Just keep an eye out for the community page, because I share the schedule of the stream. So you will know in advance exactly when the stream is going to happen, and you will get at least 48 hours to send me your pictures. But if you don't, you can still get a written review. It just won't be on stream. If you want to be on stream, you have to wait. It will be next month. I can already tell you at the start of December. And maybe in December, we'll do 2 Physique streams so that you'll have a Christmas gift as well. Okay, let's get it. Next entry is Sebastian the Wise. And he sent me, oh, that's a fucking video. You're not that wise. Is it only videos? No, that's a JPEG. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? All right, I'm deleting that. So I have only 3 pictures to go by. C'est toi mon cadeau de Noël. Oh mon amour. Mouah. Putain, je suis fatigué. Hein. Alors, Seb the Wise. Seb the Wise, Seb the Wise, Seb the Wise. Seb the Wise, where are you? With a name like that, I should easily be able to find you, and yet I can't fucking find him. What? What? Ah, Seb the Wise. Okay. Seb the Wise says, my training primarily consists of weighted calisthenics, dips, pull-ups, pistol squats. I also do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been training for close to 10 years. I'm 5 feet 10 and 190 pounds. Okay. Let me share our good friend. So, again, not trying to be a prick, but if you show me that physique and you tell me I've been training for 10 years, I have some questions. Like, what is training? Because if you've been training for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, okay, sure. Have you been lifting weights for the goal of aesthetics for 10 years? Because to me, you have the physique of someone who, even if you cut down, you're at best an early intermediate. So something must have happened here. I really want to know. Because what I see from this picture is someone who has some bicep development, some tricep, not much shoulder, not much lats, not much traps, complete absence of chest, and you are pretty high body fat. Now, granted, you are cursed with a pretty disgusting, and by disgusting, I don't mean your body, I mean like in general, a pretty disadvantageous body fat distribution because you have all of your fat around your waist. So you have that, like, what I think the Americans call a tire around your waist. And that's too bad because it really, like, my eye is immediately attracted to it, unfortunately. What the fuck? That was a fucking video? Okay, so you sent me that picture. You're very confident in yourself because the tidy whitey is crazy. But again, there's not much to say here. I mean, you have big legs, but I think it's because you have high body fat percentage. You have some biceps, some forearms that I see here, but you are someone who, I surmise, cares much more about your sport and your martial art than you do about your aesthetics. If you don't, please cut down because you're clearly someone who has a lot of fat to lose. I don't know if you're competitive at your current body weight in your class for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I think you could cut. You could easily cut down. I don't know what your training looks like. You did not send me your training. I would be very curious to see it. Not going to say much more than that. Yeah. Now, the issue is that the last the issue is that the last entry that I have is a guy who only sent a video. I'm going to go see if he actually maybe cut that and he sent me pictures before the stream. That's a possibility. Tattoo. I don't think he did. I'm very sorry, Tat Ketun. It's not your fault. You sent me a YouTube video that I downloaded. Actually, nah, it's going to also be fucking shit if I share the YouTube video. So what we're going to do, Tattoo, if you don't mind, is you're not going to be reviewed today. I'm going to try and find a solution next time if you send me pictures, or if I can try and make the video work. Because there's a strong possibility that if I show the video, people say montre la vidéo Balek. I kind of want to just show the video, screenshot the video. Actually, let me see. Est-ce que je peux... Can I try? I want to see if on YouTube it works. Let me see. Tac. Okay. Well, we're going to do a test because actually this is actually a good test. Why is this a good test? Because I'm going to not share my screen so that you can see my window. I'm going to share the stream on a different window. So let's see if that maybe makes it less laggy. Okay. like this. Okay, that doesn't work for some reason. New window. Pourquoi la technologie me stresse autant? C'est fou d'être stressé comme ça partout. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you my YouTube screen. Please do not judge my recommendations. I swear I'm not a basic bitch. Okay, so this is for Tat Ketun, and we're going to do the videos first. Oh, no, okay, so we're going to do this first. He's from Finland. He's 5'7", 170 pounds. He's been training for 9 years, but he started at 13, so that's something to keep in mind. And he started from absolute zero. He's now 23, and he's prepping for a national powerlifting competition. And he started with aesthetics, but now focuses more on performance. Okay, enough. Let's see if it works. It's really fucking glitchy, isn't it? Okay, okay. Honestly, he looks pretty fucking good, in my opinion. Honestly, like... Okay. The back is pretty good. Like, of course, this is cheating because the lighting is really good, but the traps are very developed. I see real delts. I see crazy terrace major development. Good Christmas tree, good lower back, and a six-pack. You have, yeah, a full six-pack on the powerlifter, and you're shredded too. Yeah, you're aesthetic, and you have good arms too. Nice. I mean, the video you sent me is not the best, but yeah, if we just go back to the beginning, because there was a point where you take your shirt off, and I think we all want to see that again. Yeah. And you have good biceps too. Damn, good forearms. Wow. This is what every single powerlifter thinks they're going to look like when they train for powerlifting. And then no one ends up looking like this, but this guy. Great back too, great width. Damn. Okay. What did you think? Was it that bad? How's the frame rate? And people ask the numbers. So he did send me, I think, the numbers. He benches 150 kilograms for 1 rep max. So that's 335 pounds. He squats 200 kilograms for 4 reps. So that's roughly 450 pounds for 4. And he overhead presses 90 kilograms, which is 200 pounds. So he's pretty strong. Yeah, the frame rate was horrible. So we do agree that going forward for the next streams, we will not be able to use videos. Because like, guys, I know I'm not like the sharpest with technology, but I swear to you, I'm not doing anything weird. I shared to you guys my window directly, and I shared a YouTube on another window, and it's choppy both times. So I think, oh, I just had an idea. The reason why it's choppy is because YouTube is a piece of shit. But if I show you the video with another thing, then maybe it won't be. So I can download the videos on my phone and just show them to you on the camera. Big brain. What the fuck is OBS? Why are you trying to make me like learn new things? I'm too old. It's over. You don't teach new tricks to an old dog. OBS. So is it something that I can learn? Is it easy? The thing with OBS that I want to know is, can I train on it by myself? Or do I need to be on stream to like figure this shit out? Because if it is, I'm not doing that. Okay. I will look at OBS for the next month, for the next stream. I am willing to make that sacrifice for you guys. Are you happy? But that was the last entry, by the way. So Tat Ketun, thank you for your entry. Sorry that your physique was so choppy, but great physique. Great physique. And as far as the things that you sent me and the questions, and I didn't say that, but he beat cancer when he was 10. All right, we have someone who beat cancer and then went on to look like an absolute beast with tremendous numbers. So I think that's the perfect way to end this stream, to be honest. Now, before I say goodbye to you guys, I will, of course, prepare for the next stream. The next stream is going to be a philosophy stream on Jung. After that, we're going to do a program review. So the week even after, then there is going to be an open stream. And that's for the people who are asking, like, oh, do an open stream where we can ask any questions. Do an open stream where you tell stories. That's the stream. That's the end of the month. If you want every single date for every single stream, you are going to be able to find everything in the community page because I posted a schedule. And we're going to end here, unless you guys have more questions. I'm a little bit tired, surprisingly. But I think it's a good point to end the stream. I wanted to go outside and play with my new equipment, but it's already night. So maybe I will not do it today. But yeah, we're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day. For those of you that caught the last video, I will make a follow-up video on incels. It will be part 2, in a sense. That should drop this week. So this week you'll get at least one new video, then the Young stream, and then we will just start again with hypertrophy stuff. For the people who are asking, and this is to end the stream, you can send your physique pictures and videos on the coffee page. You either donate $10 or you pledge. And if you want to be part of the stream, like the people that you saw today during the stream, you have to wait for me to make the announcement for next stream. That is that. I will be reposting that so that you can watch if you haven't and you missed some parts of it. Je vous fais de gros bisous. My favorite physique today, I think, was, if I check the file, my favorite physique was Lenus Cson because he had the perfect mix of mass and like leanness. All right. Je vous fais de gros bisous. Je vous revois très bientôt. À la prochaine.